Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, I got Prepper Tribe up here.
What's going on with you?
Go ahead and say your hellos there, Tribe. I'm gonna make sure I ain't got my mic on the YouTube side so I don't get this echo going on. Okay.
What's up, everybody? What up, everybody in the chat? What's going on with you?
Like we got 30 of them in here. Who all we got?
Oh shit!
We
Oh, we
got
gotta be.
Epileptic
I,
Pilot. Huh?
I heard if you don't cuss in like the first minute,
Oh,
the
yeah.
algorithm will get off your back.
Epileptic Pilot, what's going on? Milkmaid, Yankee Watchdog, C Dean, good evening. Ghetto, what's up, brother? Yankee Watchdog. Nisi. Nisi. That name sounds familiar. Constitutional Carpenter, Avalanche, Bulldog, CAMT, Ohio, Nikki, in between prepping. How you doing, Georgia Peach? Let's see, Bara.
Salute.
There's Lynn, Annie Oakley, Ava. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the show. I know it was kind of short notice. I was supposed to be taking today off, but as you can see, I didn't. I ran across a few news articles today, and it just kind of got under my skin a little bit. And I'm like, nah, I need to go ahead and talk about it now. Hey, Sherry, what's going on? So I reached out to Prepper Tribe because y'all know I like to have somebody up here to bounce stuff off of. Because if not, I'll just stare in the camera and talk for hours and get nothing accomplished. I kind of get the blinders on, and I'm just
No,
like, I'll pick a topic. I'll be talking about the end of the world, and then 24 hours. I mean, a half hour later, I'm talking about the color of crayons. It's like, what? How did I get here? But
no
yeah,
doubt.
yeah. But we had a good week, man. I mean, Tribe, you were live. Native was live. I was. Everybody was doing something this week. It was a good week on YouTube.
Yeah,
Good.
it was fun, man. It was fun.
It
You
was
been you been hustling, man, doing them daily shows, man. That's what's up.
fun, man. It's fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, trying to get the topics and stuff. But I tied it in with the members only live stream. And on Mondays, I do a members only live, and I let the members choose the topics for the rest of the week. So that's been working pretty good. They've been coming up with some good stuff, man. Some really good stuff.
Uh,
Well, I figured that
imagine.
way, it's stuff that they actually want to hear. So
Yeah. Imagine how I felt back in the days when I was doing it at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
imagine I was there. Yeah, but
I
that work you had to be putting in because you're talking about
It
yeah,
sucked. But it was fun. I loved the live streams, but it was like the preparation for it, the getting ready for it, having to be there in the morning, first thing. That's what sucked. But then
yeah.
once you got on there and you started, it was like, oh, this is great. Like I
Oh yeah.
enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, that's what got me on YouTube was your morning show.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think that's why I'm here. And now Native's doing it. His is going pretty good. Did you see his shorts that he did, man? Those 5 or 6
Yeah,
shorts about his day with the supply chain. That was some of the coolest videos I've seen, man. They
yeah,
were
man. Yeah.
a lot of good information. It was really good. I enjoyed those little things. It was
Yeah,
big.
I watched every single one of them, man. I was hyped up, waiting for the next one.
Well, I know I was dead tired because I've been up all night and I was so tired. I was going to bed. I'm like, no, no, no. I know he's got another one coming.
Right.
I don't want to go to sleep yet because I forget. And I was all
Yep.
into it. See what's coming up next because they were just short enough to get you involved. And he was like, bye. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, yeah. I kept checking his channel, man, to make sure I was like getting the notification. Like, I know there's a number six. I know there's a number six. Damn it!
You end on five. You can't just stop on five. There's got to be a six. There's got to be something. Yeah,
Right, right.
but yeah, that was a good little deal he did. It's kind of neat, really cool actually. But yeah, you figure if he's doing his show at 6:30 in the morning, that means he's probably getting up at like 5
Yeah,
or 5:30 at the latest. Get some breakfast, get your coffee ready, get a shower, get your clothes on, wake up because he don't get on the camera like, hey, how y'all doing this morning?
right.
He's all temper. I'm like, man, number one, how are you doing that at 6:30 in the morning? Let me know. I mean, but yeah, this is a good show, man. I like it. I like it.
Man, Native's hustling, man. You got to figure he does a whole homestead, works a full time hard job, has a family, has a woman who's expecting, has a little one, has teenagers, all this stuff, plus a YouTube channel that he's doing every day. I mean, that dude is, I don't know how he sleeps.
I know, or if he sleeps.
Right.
Because I'm like, man, I know how much time I put into just doing my shows. but I got all day to do them. And then I got the members helping me come up with the topics, and then I can like spread it out, and do it. But yeah, it's that's a lot of stuff. That's a
It's a
lot of
lot of
work. And
hustle, man.
if don't get me like if you're a content creator and you just do videos, that's one thing. But if you do videos and you do live streams and you're trying to get different topics and you're doing 5 of them a week, I'm like, man, what the hell did I just get into?
And
Be
think
fun.
about this, and think about how many times he gets on our shows and stuff. I mean, he's even working with other channels and helping other channels. I mean, good God, I don't know how he does it, man.
Yeah, I
Well, I
reached
don't
out
know
to him
how
early.
we do it because we're all doing it. I don't know how the hell we do it, man.
Yeah, I reached out to him earlier. He said he might pop in here tonight for a little while back because he's got to be up in a few hours to do his morning show. He's already got the thumbnail up for that. So
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know,
That's cool.
he said he might pop in, but yeah. So
Awesome.
you guys in the chat, just so you know, the reason why I'm here, I'm sure the thumbnail said it was some new stuff. I almost used those words. I almost put breaking news. And I was like,
Oh
nah.
Lord.
I was like, no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. But
Man,
yes,
man, don't worry about the community though, man. Like we ain't gonna hate you for it, man. That's what we do. It's about reaching people.
oh yeah,
So if
no,
you
it's
if
just
you
a
want,
joke. Yeah, that was just a joke because I'm like, man, I don't want to use breaking news because everybody's got breaking news, and I want to come up with something new. But yeah, it was just a joke.
I put warning in mine.
Warning.
Because I got a text message that was like really pretty important, and I was like, man, I should put this out there. So I just put warning, serious something. I forget what I said, but I was trying not to copy other people, but still trying to let people know it was serious. You know?
I think I'm gonna have a disclaimer on all my videos. It's gonna be like, do not watch this shit, no matter what you do.
It
If you
probably
got
get
high blood pressure,
10,000, 100,000
yeah.
views.
If you got high blood pressure, or have a habit of falling 1 foot into a rabbit hole, do not watch this shit because it's gonna mess with your mind.
Right?
Maybe that'll go. Maybe I'll just title all my videos. I'll just start out with viral, see if that gets some views. Just start out
Yeah.
viral and then the title.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
that subliminal messages like every third word, but viral. Every third word viral. Just
Yeah.
see what happens. But yeah, so the reason I asked Prepper Tribe to come up here, and the reason I'm doing this live stream tonight, man, wow, we got 70 people in here. That's crazy. That's
Uh
awesome.
oh.
I
What's
appreciate that, guys.
up?
The reason I
Why
want to
am
do
I
this,
hearing myself?
are you?
Yeah, I can hear myself. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. I can though. I don't know why. I don't have nothing up.
There ain't no echo over here.
Wow. Man, I'm gonna drop out and come back in.
All right.
All right.
Have an Alexander, Ghost Tripper, Ghosting News. Just a thought. Yeah, I thought about that, or I thought about ghost stories or something. I don't know. I kind of like the Daily Nugget though, because it's not like a nugget of gold or a nugget of food. It's a nugget of shift. And then I got the pre-nugget that I'm gonna try to kick off this week, which that's gonna take a little bit of time. So hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I can get it one done tomorrow for Monday. Because I've decided I'm not going to do that StreamYard, stream it and then post it later because it posted as a live stream, which means I can't interact with you guys if I am on the computer. And a lot of people thought that I was live, but I actually wasn't live when I did it through StreamYard. So I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and just record a video and upload it. That way it is as a video, not a live. It's like an absentee live stream. It's basically like a premiere, but without it being a premiere. If you do it through StreamYard and record it and upload it later and stream it later. I did that with the pre-nugget and it worked, but it had it as a live stream. There was people in the chat trying to talk to me and I wasn't in front of the computer the whole time it's playing. So then I go back and look at it. I'm like, wow, I went up as a live stream. I got people in the chat trying to talk and I wasn't there. They didn't know it was recorded. They thought it was live and it wasn't. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that no more. That was confusing, but it is what it is. But the reason that we're doing this stream tonight is I did a little bit of research and I found some issues with the supply chain because I've done a couple of videos on the supply chain and to you guys and have gave you my views on it and some issues that I think, and it kind of, oddly enough, these couple of articles I'm fixing to show you guys kind of reiterate what I said, a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, and so it's kind of cool. And these aren't like Joe Blow, some guy living in his basement in Alabama with really good computer skills that can do a little YouTube stream to make it look like he really works for a news company. This first article I'm gonna show you is from the New York Times. So I mean, it's legit, Fox. So it was kind of cool stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to share this screen. I've only done it a couple times, but I think I got it figured out. And we're gonna do this article together and watch you guys, get some chills down your spine. It's kind of weird.
This
Not
some
weird.
real.
Yeah.
This the real fake news.
Yeah. This the real disinformation.
Right, right.
All right, can y'all see this, little old lady?
I can't see it yet.
What do you see now? Do you see supply chain under attack?
I only see you.
What?
Only me and you.
Oh, I forgot to hit. I know what I did.
Don't forget to hit that audio if you're playing a video.
It's not a video. All right,
Okay.
How about now?
Yep, I see it.
All right, now this is Fox Business, so it's Fox News. It says supply chain under attack as dark cyber underground peddles sensitive company data. Remember what I've been talking about these cyber attacks in the summer being a test drive? We're gonna get hit again in the winter.
Yeah.
Now we got a legit news company saying not only is it possible, but there's been warnings. Key sectors in the supply chain are being targeted by cyber criminals. And now this even goes on to the intelligence companies saying that, yeah, there is an issue. Underground cyber brokers have been selling credentials used to access computers belonging to companies that operate air, ground, and maritime cargo transport. So that means that what in the world? That means that, all the ways that you get the stuff in the supply chain are already being targeted. Not they might be targeted, they already are being targeted. They've already caught, the emails or the threats and all this stuff going through the thing. So cyber thieves have gotten a hold of credentials by leveraging vulnerabilities and remote access, VPNs, private networks, and all this good stuff. They said they've witnessed ransomware attacks on the shipping industry throughout the year. So they're saying, obviously that's an issue with the supply chains. But the main part about this this article is I was saying it 2-3 months ago that it was it was too easy. They're gonna do it in the winter, and now they're talking about that in the next 90 days. Where's it at? Talking about 90 days out, and it's gonna affect all the holidays. It's gonna affect all the good stuff. So I mean, it's not hypothetical when we come here. It is what we are seeing right now on the dark web. The chatter is a precursor to attacks occurring within the next 90 days.
Yep.
So it would not surprise me if we see an uptick in ransomware attacks against shipping and logistics companies leading into the holidays. So they're putting a timeline on it, 90 days.
We've been calling that shit for months.
Oh yeah, but mainstream media said we were stupid. We're paranoid. We're preppers. We don't know what we're talking about. We're just making this stuff up, And I'm like, what? Yep. So now that's one of the ads. Okay. Now this next one, it kind of got me giggling, but it ties into everything. All right. So this one, all right, is the New York Post. Okay. China. Now we knew this was going to happen. China accidentally sparks doomsday prepper frenzy after telling residents to stockpile food. We've been talking about this for a week now.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Food. Yeah, but no, in America, all we're upset about is we can't get our kids a new bicycle. But China, they're talking about y'all need to get some food. But it sparked a doomsday prepper. You got to put that prepper word in there to get the attention.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
As many times as they can say hoarding and prepper and supply chain issues and people not being able to eat, then they can tie them together. It's kind of like.
Hey, that's good for us though. That's good for us, Ghost, because they're gonna push everybody right to us. They're gonna push everybody right to us, and then we can drop the knowledge on everybody and get everybody prepped up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So check this out. Now these guys. This is the New York Post now. So they sparked the accidental frenzy, doomsday prepper like.
Like anything's an accident.
Food, water, survival gear as rumors spread of an all-out conflict with Taiwan. So they're putting it on Taiwan and opposing war. But here's the funny part. Can you guess what the next statement says? Well, I know you can. You already seen it. Here comes the funny part. Some believe it's meant in Taiwan, yada, yada, yada. But here comes the funny part. They're saying maybe a little bit of COVID, why it's happening, maybe this, maybe that, and why they don't have enough. But let me tell y'all why they don't have enough. Tell y'all right now why they don't have enough. It's this damn computer will quit jumping on me.
It's our fault, man. It's our fault.
It is. It is. I'm telling you. It says shoppers were seen jostling for the last bags of rice and flour after some selfish preppers, more than a half ton each, claimed the local. Them damn selfish preppers.
Damn
Let
preppers.
Let me tell you something, New York Post. A prepper is not going to be up in there in the middle of that buying frenzy. You know why? Because an actual prepper already got that shit. We already have it.
Yep.
We already have it. So y'all can fight over, whatever you want to fight over. We already got all the rice we're gonna need for a while now.
Somebody was saying that they went to the store and all the rice was gone. I forget who it was, man. I forget what live stream it was. Or somebody was saying they was at the store and there was no rice whatsoever. Now, that's rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got plenty of rice in mine, rice and beans. But that ain't really been on the high end part of my shopping list because I mean that's like a staple. That's like where you start when you start prepping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the very first item is rice and beans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got crates of it.
Yes, I mean I'm not sweating the rice and beans part of it. It's the other stuff. And here's the thing, man.
Well, I don't. No, I don't have. I got a couple. I got about 3 pounds of rice. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got about 3 pounds.
I got a lot of pictures. I got a lot of empty containers that I really, really want to get filled up. I've already got them labeled and everything. It's like this will one day have rice in it. As soon as the government tells me to go out and get food instead of buying Christmas presents, then I'm gonna get on that prep. I'm prepping to be prepped. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I label everything as a trick. So
right.
if you come to me, don't even worry about looking in something that has a label on it because that's just a trick. I'm just going to go ahead and spill the beans.
Yeah, I'm prepared to be a prepper one day. I'm an aspiring prepper. Aspiring. Yeah.
Yes.
It's in my plans. It's my long-term goals. But I mean, it's crazy, man. If you look around the world, everybody else, even China, freaking China.
1.4 billion.
Y'all need to get some food. What are we worried about here in America? Christmas presents. Not food, Christmas presents. And it got
video games, bicycles.
Yeah. Meta world, metaverse, whatever that shit is. It got me to thinking. I'm like, do you realize that how they're in our brains? They're programming people's brains by what the media puts out, what they tell you. What's important to you ain't what is important to you. What's important to you is what's important to the machine. They're letting you know what's important. Don't worry about the food. We got plenty of food. Even though it's documented for the last 3 years, we ain't producing nowhere near enough. Don't worry about it. We got plenty. Go do some Christmas shopping. Let's help Jeff Bezos get even richer.
But it's when you look at it and the way they started it with YouTube, Facebook, when they were telling people, if you know anybody that's preparing too much or this or that, can you please turn them in and stuff? And now you got this kind of stuff coming out. When they attack something and they really come at it, they don't just come with one thing and it don't come in just one day. Like they're coming at us. And if this ain't proof that they're coming at us, and anybody who tries to, look at them buying up farmlands and stuff. It ain't just preppers, it's homesteaders, it's anybody that can take care of themselves and don't need them. They need us to be needy of them for them to control everything. Because if we don't need them, they don't control shit. So they're coming at us, man.
Yeah, and they're tying. They pick a few words and they tie them together, and then it gets into popular vernacular. It's like disinformation. There's no such thing as disinformation. It's a made-up word. Information does not have to be true. It's noise. Yeah. It's the noise that comes out of somebody's mouth. It doesn't have to be true. It's not intel. So disinformation is actually it's almost a double negative. That's why I put on the thumbnail disinformation, because it's wrong.
You could say this. You could say a Ford F-150 is a pickup truck, and if somebody put in the newspaper well, conspiracy theory. Ford F-150 is a pickup truck. You would have many people thinking that it's not a pickup truck just because they put conspiracy theory. They do it with all kinds of stuff, just like when they do what is it where it's the abortions, but
Right.
they say it's in the title of it. Well, I can't think of the name of it, but it's the title of it makes you think they're trying to help people have babies and stuff. But then you go there and it's nothing but an abortion marathon. What the hell is it called? I know somebody in the chat knows what it's called. It is slipping my mind so hard. It's that main thing that damn
Are you
it.
talking about the fact checkers and all that good stuff?
No, I'm talking about the where they help people have I don't want to say it too many times. I don't want to get you in trouble, but where they have people get abortions and stuff, but they call it something else.
Oh, yeah, it's a
like
DNC.
family help or something, but I can't think of the name. Planned Parenthood.
There
Thank
you
you,
go. There
Sherry.
you go.
Thank you. But Planned
Yeah.
Parenthood, you listen to Planned Parenthood and you think, damn, I need to go there. This will, I need to send my teenage daughters there. They'll learn how to be a parent if they go there. No, it ain't nothing about planned, nothing in that. You know what I mean? But they do it
Yeah.
with us with everything. They use words and use phrases to totally trick us all the time. And it works because people hear one little phrase and then they already have a conception of what they think this is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
don't look deeper.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Ford F-150 is a pickup truck. Well, let's get the fact checkers out there, sir. Since you said the Ford F-150 is a pickup truck, Mr. Prepper Tribe, I'm gonna need you to walk out to the parking lot and pick it up. You
Right?
can't pick it up. If you can't pick it up, that's disinformation. It is not a pickup truck.
Right.
You cannot pick it up. You know what I mean? What
Yeah,
the hell?
yeah.
Come on, people. I mean, that's just crazy. And if you think about it, like if you really dig deep into how this thing works with the supply chain, why? I mean, it's broken and we're getting blamed for it. You know, the supply chain is broken because people are buying too much shit. Well, Mr. Machine Man in charge of everything, for the last 18 months, you told us to sit at home and buy shit. You
Yeah,
even gave us the money to buy the shit online.
yeah.
So, whose
C-
fault is that?
com- the vice president tells us start shopping now, go out and buy everything for Christmas now. So then for the next month, we go out and buy things. Then after that month goes by, oh, it's all y'all's fault because y'all are running out buying everything. Wait a minute, Kamala. Wait a minute. Didn't you just, you know what I mean? Like, it's such bullshit. It's such
If,
propaganda all the time with these people, man.
if you step back from that statement, what we just said, all right, if the organization in charge of all this wants us to buy stuff, they want us to buy their products so they can make money. Now they're not doing their job, which is to provide that product. So they turn around and say, it's your fault for doing what I asked you to do. That's why I can't get you the stuff. I'm like, what? You asked me to do this, but you can't keep up your end of the bargain, so that's my fault. You need to learn how to do your job. And it's not like we snuck this up on you. It's been happening for 2 years now. All right. This is the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. We can literally ship 500,000 soldiers, tanks, planes, trains, elephants, the whole 9 yards across the world to start a war in 36 hours, and you can't get me my bicycle for Christmas.
It's sabotage, man. It's sabotage. They're sabotaging us all the time. They're making up shit, and now they're going to have everybody divided. It's all division. They use every single thing they can. You think they're going to take the blame for anything? And here's one thing that you got to look at too. You can't just look at it like it's all about us. Because when these newspapers go out and these news articles and these news TV programs, when they go out, you have China watching them, Russia watching them. So they're also putting shit out there to make them think certain things. And you know what I mean? Because, they ain't quick enough to pick up on everything neither. They fall for the, shenanigans too. So,
Yeah.
they got to do so much to trick every single person around the world and all their enemies and all their peoples, and got to keep control of this and got to keep them scared of us over here. And we got to make them think we're their friends over here, man. It's all just such bullshit.
Here's another thing too. If you step back and look at the problem, we got ships sitting off the coast, both coasts and the Gulf, full of stuff, full of stuff. We got stuff sitting in the parking lots full of stuff that ain't even been emptied out yet. All right. Okay. Let's do this. All right. I'm going to go hypothetical on y'all real quick. Okay.
Oh, shit.
how did shit get in those containers? How did those containers get on the boats?
Ain't had no
So
problems there.
are we only working on one end of the supply chain?
Right.
I'm here to tell you, I worked freight and I worked the docks for many years, and it is twice as hard to load a container as it is to unload the container. It takes twice as long to load it as it does unload it. Uh,
Yeah.
so, so we can tell.
So you don't have a shortage of truckers bringing shit to the docks. You don't have a
Right.
shortage of workers to put the shit on the ships. You don't have a shortage of people to drive the ships. But then all of a sudden, when everything's all filled up, now there's a shortage of people to do stuff. Like, come on, tell me I'm missing something here.
Yeah. Could it
You're
have something
absolutely
to do with
right.
could it have something to do with the simple fact that once that container gets offloaded from the ship, it goes to a staging area and it gets to sit there free? I think it's somewhere between, it's less than 10 days. It's like 7 or 8 days. It sits for free. After that eighth day, they got to pay like a fine per day per container that it sits there in storage. So when you're looking at the pictures of those docks and all those containers sitting there just stacked up, those things are ching 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 ching. They're making money. Now here's the catch. Now me as you know, Ghost Prepper Incorporated, I'm running a small business, and I ordered, I got a full container load of Depends. Depends. I got a full container load of man diapers and knee pads from China. All right, because I gotta have them. That's all I sell. It's my top selling product,
No
especially
doubt.
knee pads and them man diapers. And the container, they got it off the boat, right? But now it's sitting in this container yard, and it's surrounded by other containers that look just like it, and it's got 15 sitting on top of it. So it takes them a week and a half to find it after it went past the due date. So now I owe extra 10,000 in storage fees, and I can't afford that extra 10,000 because I put all my life savings into my knee pads and my man diapers. So now what? What do? I just leave it there. I file bankruptcy, and it just sits. Now, when you have a few thousand small businesses doing that just recently went out of business completely, you got stuff sitting that ain't nobody coming to get, and it's in the way of the stuff that people are coming to get. So it's a logistics nightmare.
Here's my thing, man. I think this is what we need to be questioning. Why do they want to push 1.4 billion people into panic buying? And why don't they want anything coming in the docks? That's because that's the real question you got to ask. You don't ask why are they sitting out there. It's why don't they want this stuff? Because if they wanted the stuff in there, they would get. Believe me, if it was anything that the government needs, that shit's coming in. So there's reasons that they're pushing people in Russia, China, and these different places to go mass shop, buy everything you can so you can stock up for it. Why are you trying to cause a panic buying, and why are you keeping products from coming in? What is the reason, man? Why? What? It don't add up. It's confusing as shit. Because how can you push people to go panic buy when you're not bringing any products in? Like that's too. What the? You know what I mean?
And then there was another article I read too, and you can pretend like the product we're talking about being in short supply, or this person not being able to get. Pretend it's not toys. Pretend it's food. Okay. There's a lady. She owns a small toy shop, and she only orders a fraction of what Walmart and Target and all, Costco and all these other places, order in toys for the holiday season. And she's a small toy shop, been in business for decades, and she's on the brink of going out of business because she can't get any of her orders in because she can't make the minimum. I mean, the minimum order from Hasbro and some of these toy companies is $20,000. All right. And it doesn't take, you can fill up, I mean, $20,000 on a container ain't nothing, especially when you're talking about you're buying Monopoly games and things like that. That just sits up in the front corner of the container. But as a person that's renting out these containers, because most of those containers are rented, most of them aren't owned by anybody. They rent them and they lease them trip to trip. So
Right.
why would I go through the hassle of trying to fill up a container of bits and pieces from 5,000 different companies when I can just rent that whole container out to Walmart and it's one PO, one purchase order, hardly any work involved, and all the stuff is going to the big chains. The little guys are getting flushed out, and now that's going to start happening to food as well. So when your mom and pop grocery stores, the only reason our mom and pop grocery stores are still doing good right now, because in my neighborhood, dude, if you want good stuff, you're going to Food Line, you're going to Piggly Wiggly, you're getting fresh meat, you're getting super fresh produce. They blow Walmart out of the water,
Well,
but that's only because they buy local.
they've been attacking small business for the past 2 years extremely hard. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like
It's getting
I
bad,
don't,
man.
and it just won't stop. I mean, they want to crush that. I don't know. Well, I mean, I do think I know why, because I really do think that they're trying to push a whole new way of life on us, man.
Well, think about it. Would this not be the perfect? You know how when somebody makes a movie, they do a prequel instead of a sequel. They do the movie before what you're watching happen. Would this not be the perfect prequel to Demolition Man? When Taco Bell's the only restaurant left because they survived,
Yeah, yeah, no doubt,
and you
no
can't drive
doubt.
cars and do gasoline. It's all
I'm gonna
electric.
be,
Ain't
I'm gonna
no
be
more
eating them.
toilet paper. No
I'm
more
gonna be eating
toilet.
them rat burgers, bruh. I'm gonna be eating them
Uh,
rat burgers. You know what
that's
I'm
my
saying?
favorite thing in the movie. It's a rat burger. Yeah, can't eat meat no more. Is this not a prequel to Demolition Man? I mean, think about it. Like what?
Yeah,
Like all the stuff in that movie, and it's like, wait a minute, that shit's going on right now. That's crazy.
yeah, no
It's,
doubt, man, no
man,
doubt.
I'm telling you, this whole thing is, and I don't. People don't see it, man. I'm telling you, this country is full of some blind, half stupid, simple minded individuals. And I cannot believe they literally live in the most powerful country on the planet, or at least it used to be up until a few months ago. It is blowing my mind right now. I'm
Did
going,
did you see Hava's she dropped a comment and said that I think she said somebody in her family works at the docks or something. She might have some info or something. I'm not I can't find it. It was back a little bit because we started talking. No, it was before that.
paperwork demands, illness.
Dang
It's,
it. The chat must be rolling. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, never mind. She was talking to Ghetto.
no.
I thought she was talking. I mean, I get y'all mixed up, man. The Ghetto and the Ghost. It runs into the GH, man. It messes me all
Everybody,
up, man.
everybody does it. They send him comments. They send his comments to me and mine to him all the time.
Right, right. I must have called him you what? I forget what night it was, but I called him you like 3 different times.
It happens every day. It's okay. I like having fanboys.
Y'all be roasting each other, man. All y'all be going at it, man. I'll be laughing my ass off when y'all are all together up on the streams and shit. You, Hutch, Ghetto, all y'all be getting it.
You can have them crooked toes that don't run in my family. I just call him Junior. Yeah, but this supply chain, man. Here's what I see. All right, now if it switches over to the food, because all right, here's how it works in America. All right, now I'm raising rabbits. I can legit sell my rabbits, and I can sell rabbits that I've already processed. I can sell the meat, but I can only sell it direct to the consumer, as in like at a farmer's market, something like that, or somebody came to my house or something like that. I can't sell to a restaurant. I can't sell to a grocery store. I can't sell to anybody that's going to turn around and resell it or uh, at raw or cooked, unless I get a license. And then you got to go through the FDA, and there's all these crazy inspections, this and that and the other, and you got to follow all this craziness. And that's all legislated stuff. So they can broaden that. They can legislate it to where you can't buy anything like Piggly Wiggly. You can't buy anything unless it comes from this specific company. It has to be in this specific amount. If you can't do that, then everything goes to Walmart. Everything goes to Costco. Everything goes to Sam's Club. They can legit. It's like when people are talking about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is awesome. I love 2A. I don't think it's ever going away. You're always going to have the right to own a gun. The question is, can you afford it?
Yeah.
Like you have the right now to go out tomorrow and buy you a $400 million yacht. That is your right as an American.
Yeah.
But can you afford it?
Yeah.
And that's
Yes, indeed.
It's a whole lot easier to make it where you can't afford it than to try to take it away.
Yep. I don't think they want to take it away. I don't think they want to take it away. That's their only protection, man.
That's a huge poker chip on the international bargaining table is the 2A in America. That's a huge. I mean, that's usually the first thing most other governments think about. A gun behind every blade of grass. Whatever. But it's dude. I'm telling you, it's tax this, tax. I mean, they're taxing you for rain up there in Maryland. They're taxing you for when it fucking rains. How do you tax somebody for the rain? Next, you're going to
Rain
charge,
tax.
charge you to breathe. They're going to charge you for, there'll be an oxygen tax. There'll be a breathing tax because there's only so much clean air in the cities because of the pollution, which is caused by, it's all going to be our fault.
But think about this with the 2A, man. Think about this. It's a divisional tactic that they use all the time, because you can look at it on one hand. What do they always push? They always push like the ghettos and black folks. It's always shooting and they're killing each other and all this and all that. And then on the other hand, you got the white folks that are, they're racist and they got guns, so they may go against you. They pin us against each other with this 2A. They're not trying to take it away from us. They're just using it as a divisional tool for us to go at each other. And people fall for it, and we got to stop falling for their bullshit. That's all. If America would just stop falling for these news channels and this government, when they get on that TV for an hour a day talking to us, telling us nothing but bullshit and lies, we catch it in it every single day. All they do is lie. It's all a divisional tactic. They're not going to do nothing about our 2As. They just want us hating each other. Yeah. They want white people thinking black people are savages and going to kill everybody, and they want black people to think that we're racist and we hate them, and it ain't none of that shit. What it is the government sticking it to us day after day after day. Press one.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
So Hava says her husband manages shipping container vessels internationally. So obviously he knows some stuff. If you want to share it, let me know. And you can sure enough come up here and you can turn your camera off if you want to. But if you feel uncomfortable, I completely understand that too.
Yeah, I would love to hear it. I'll sit back and zip it. I'll hit the mute button for you know what I mean?
TT throwing up the ones.
Hava's old school, man. She been around, ever since I started the channel. Before I started my channel, Hava's always been around, man. She part of the crew, man. She's part of this community, big time.
Oh, Hava, I got the rest of the tomato seeds drying out now. I got two more tomatoes. I'm gonna seed them out tomorrow and dry them out, and then the seeds will be in the mail.
Salute y'all with the ones. I salute y'all with the ones.
What's up, Rip Curl?
What's up, Rip?
Yeah, this whole thing, man, it's just, I look at it and I just want to laugh. I swear I do. I mean, because I'm really good at playing mind games with people. Like, I can seriously get up in people's heads and have them doing some sideways stuff. And that is legitimately exactly what mainstream media is doing to us right now. I mean, look at the Aaron Rodgers thing. All right, I ain't going to say too many words, but the Aaron Rodgers thing that's going on right now. All right, he lied to everybody. He lied to everybody what Terry Bradshaw said. Let me tell you something, you stupid old white motherfucker. He didn't lie to nobody. I watched the interview. The interview said, they asked Aaron Rodgers if he had that thing. And his reply was, I have my immunizations. We all had them as kids when we went to school. He didn't lie about nothing. He didn't lie. Yep. He was in there.
I don't pay attention, man. I'm serious, man. I block that stuff out. When they go with the professional athletes and the actors and all that, that's all just tools for their propaganda, for their division of the people, man. That's all it is.
And here's my thing about it. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't. Whatever, man.
Hell yeah. It's your choice. Remember that. Anybody here, it's your choice. Whether you want to get it or you don't, that is up to you, no matter what they say.
The minute the machine gets you giving up free choice, they'll keep going. You give them an inch, they'll take them out.
Yep.
It's homie, don't play that. That ain't. You got the wrong one. No, sir. And I have no problem. I would have no problem doing the thing if it was presented to me correctly. And that's pretty much all I can say about it without getting in trouble, I guess.
I feel you.
If it was presented in my mind correctly, I got no problem. Because I was in the military. I served twice. I mean, I literally enlisted 2 separate times. I've been stuck with man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I got my military records in the cabinet right here beside me. And I was looking at my immunizations the other day for, my job at the school. And I was like, good God.
If you had as many sticking out of you as you've had stuck in you, you'd be a porcupine. You know what I'm saying?
I could have been a stunt double for that guy on the X-Men. Remember that porcupine dude that was,
Right, right.
it
Yeah.
was, man, it was crazy. But yeah, and people believe it. They believe all this hype about the supply chain. And I look at it, I'm like, wait a minute. If it takes so long, if it's such a big deal to get the stuff off the boats, how the boats full? Because it's harder to fill them up than it is to unload them. It takes twice as long
Yeah.
to ship as it does to unload it. Literally,
Yeah.
at least twice as long, maybe longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said earlier, Tribe, there was truck drivers bringing the stuff to the ports. What's going on now? You know?
And you know what's weird, man, is I haven't heard anybody. They keep our minds so boggled and so drained down with us trying to figure out all these lies. It's like sometimes the little common sense things that should be there all the time. And that's the trick of it, man. That you don't think they have history and history and history of ruling people. People have been ruled since beginning of time, man. There's books that they have hidden that they'll never share with the public because inside those books tells things that you would not believe. They have such powerful knowledge of how to rule over people. It's so far, but that's why they don't care. They're right in front of our faces, and a lot of us pick up on a lot of things, but there's a lot of things we don't the smartest person in the world don't pick up on because it's just so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look at it from a standpoint of why would they back Jeff Bezos becoming a trillionaire? I mean, come on, think about. All right, if you're
That
dealing with
dude
it,
got
I try to understand. I try to put myself in the other person's shoes. Why? What would I? How would I move forward? What would make me want to completely destroy free market enterprise and just have, one, two, maybe three big dogs in every market? Well, you just have an agreement with them two or three big dogs that, yeah, I know you're getting taxed at 17% right now, but here's the deal. If you get everybody's stuff, we're going to tax you at 45%, but you're going to be a trillionaire. Done deal. Cha-ching. Ain't got to worry about competition. Guaranteed money. It's a fixed tax rate, and you the man.
imagine this, Ghost. Imagine if you had the power to collect 90% of all those stimulus checks that were put out. And
Yeah.
that's what Jeff Bezos had. He had the power. Now, I don't know the percentage that he got, but he got a hell of a high of a percentage of all that stimulus money that came out. Because people weren't paying their rents. They weren't paying their bills. They didn't have to, especially, the first couple. That was during the mayhem and shit. And, you wasn't going to get kicked out of your house or nothing. Everybody was on Amazon. That dude just became... unbelievable. It was like the government was printing money for this dude.
His net worth is more than doubled since the pandemic started.
Yes.
Doubled.
Yes.
Doubled. It went crazy. I mean, come on. We can't look, people. We can't unload boats full of the stuff that we have to survive. Food, medicine. We can't unload the boats, but we can send James T. Kirk to space. We're trying to go to Mars, working on AI, but we can't get the meat off the boat. Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of seeing these ads about, hey, how they're going to terraform Mars and do this. Man, fix this planet. Fix this one. Why are you going to go terraform Mars when there ain't no oxygen? There is no atmosphere there. But we're messing this one up, and we're having global conferences about global climate change. If you can go there and fix it, then what you're saying is you already know how to fix it here. You just choose not to. I mean, that's what I'm getting out of the whole story. If you're telling me you can do it up there, you just got to get there, then you can do it here. You just don't want to do it.
I was saying that about, like places that are poor in America, man. I was talking about this on a live stream and how if the government truly cared about the people and truly cared about ghettos and stuff like this, they could change that shit overnight. They could fix everything. They don't want to, man. They need this stuff because they have enemies out there, and they don't care about us, man. They don't give two shits. They want to do what they want to do, and they lie to us to keep us fighting each other, and then we don't worry about the elites when they're out in Malibu. Man, look at our leaders. They're drunk as shit in front of the camp. Look at Pelosi. She's like one of the most powerful people in government. She's so drunk she can't even talk. She's wasted. How does this happen? How do people sit back and put up with this shit? And we do. We sit back and put up with it.
Yeah.
Other countries, they go
I downloaded,
ballistic.
I downloaded a translation algorithm for that whole message from the government. And here's what it says when you run it through the translation algorithm. It says, "Get your broke ass back in the field, peasant. Go back to work. Put on your flip flops and go pick my corn."
Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
You will own nothing and be happy, servant,
Yes.
peasant. That's all it is. You got us in the fields doing the work. You got the military doing what they're told for the most part. But then you got your lords. Your lords. That'd be like the movie stars, the sports athletes. Then you got your lower down in the chain of royalty, so to speak. One of the royal houses would be like Congress and Senate. Pelosi. She's like that crazy old woman from Game of Thrones. And then you got the king, and they're fighting for power right now. And that's like, we're just in the fields. We're in little dudes getting run over by the horses.
Yeah, and we're not field hands neither. We're the lowest of the low. We the field workers. We the ones getting whipped and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bread and circuses, just like in Rome. When everything was falling apart in Rome, all they did was throw them gladiators in the ring and give everybody some free food to get their mind off of it. And it's just a distraction.
Yep.
That's all it is. We're living in a fantasy world. This is the Matrix working up to the prequel to Demolition Man. Everything's going to be Taco Bell. Man, when I saw that movie when it first came out, I'm like, that is just ridiculous. You realize how many restaurants there are? And now I'm going, do you realize how many restaurants went out of business in the last year and a half?
Yeah, but not the big boys. There's still McDonald's thriving down the street. There's still Burger King thriving down the street.
And the whole thing was, too, a lot of people don't know this. Y'all realize that the meat that they serve at Taco Bell is only 40% beef?
I ain't surprised.
It's been that way for years. I'm assuming it's got plant-based stuff in it, but it's only a small percentage of actual beef in that taco meat. That's why it's so different, so tasty. Taco Bell's got its own special kind of cow. No, it don't.
Right.
No, sir. It's out of control. Now you just pick up the phone and order whatever you want. We're in the middle.
There's a reason why when you meet a farmer or you meet an Amish person or a Mennonite and you shake their hand and they almost crumble your knuckles. There's a reason why these people are so healthy. You know what I mean? And then you look at all the people. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. You can go so deep with this shit and talk about everything. It's just insane where they got us, man.
This is just an opinion piece. I can't prove none of it. Even if I could, nobody's gonna listen to me. It's like I always said before. Ain't none of this in my circle. I can't influence none of it. Nobody calls me from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and says, "Ghost, look, here's my thing about this China issue." Ain't nobody called me, which means my opinion does not matter. It's out of my control. All I can do is deal with what affects me in my little circle. And that's all we can do.
But if we was to wake up and really realize that we ain't here but for a really short minute, and if everybody went for theirs and really came together for something stronger and was willing to risk it all, because we ain't here but for a minute, man. It ain't like we're gonna live forever. I'm in my late 40s, man. I ain't gonna be here much longer. Like, if you start standing up, you can change the world. But you need a lot of us to do it, man. But we're all just so scared or something. I don't know, man. We too scared to do anything because we think, we want to, the next day we want to have air conditioning and be smiling and get some booty and, be with our family. Back in the days, man, people stood up. That's how America was born. And we're letting all that, they're rolling over in their graves, Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going squirrel in my mind. I'm jumping from different thoughts in my head. It's just jumping all over the place because they got me all mixed up. They really do. But my heart is in the right place. Like, don't get it twisted. They don't have me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it goes deep.
Yeah, it's out of control, man. I mean, the society, and this started, decades ago. I mean, when when society started letting technology raise our kids, that was the death knell. Letting technology raise your kids, that's a death knell. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing my daughter when my granddaughter was born. She had her own iPad when she was like a year old, year and a half old, and she would just pop that thing up in front of her and play the little kids movie channel and just watch cartoons all damn day. But now you
Yep.
got the programs on there to teach them how to talk, teach them how to walk, teach them how to color. It's all technology based. Everything's tech, tech, tech. Kids don't go outside and play no more. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, how many basketball hoops do you see in the driveways nowadays? How many
Right.
times do you drive by a church? 'Cause we used to always play football in the church. The church always had a big front yard. I mean, you could almost get a regulation football field in the churches. I mean, them Southern Baptist churches had a big yard because they'd be doing cookouts and barbecues. But you don't see kids outside playing football no more when you ride
Well,
down.
well, I gotta say this though, Ghost. There are places where kids are still going outside playing in the streets. There are some basketball court. If you go to the hoods,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because
I'm just
when
talking
you
about
ain't got a lot of money,
every.
man, you can't afford all this bullshit. They are the blessed ones.
Yeah, but it used to be everywhere.
They, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, that
But
was
but
the
there's still some soldiers out there, man. There's still some soldier kids out there, still riding them bikes and running around the streets and getting in trouble and doing shit they ain't supposed to. And I salute them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
According to mainstream media, those are the neglected children, the ones that are being left behind. They're neglected.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they got to push that. They got to
Yeah.
push that. They got to get
I pray.
like Ghetto always says. They got to get us behind these things right here. They got
Oh yeah.
to
Oh
get the
yeah.
kids behind them. Get the kids behind them. Don't let them have a bike or a baseball glove.
Bicycles are dangerous. There's a medical report's going to come out probably saying how terrible bicycles are for your lower back and your ankles and your knees.
Yeah.
It's you're born with a finite number of jumps. Okay, once you wear the joints out, you're done. So it's better to just be really, really lazy and save that shit because you might live to be 150.
Remember when they used to push? Don't let your kids sit in front of the TV for more
Oh
than an
my
hour.
god.
Don't let them play the video games. Video games are bad. They're gonna end up shooting people because they're playing shooting video games. All that's disappeared because now
Oh
they
yeah.
realized, oh wait a minute, we can control all these bastards with these things. So don't put out no negativity towards those no more. Remember, you couldn't get online. You wasn't allowed to put phone numbers online and stuff because they were trying to so called protect you and stuff. Now you can share all the information you want. They don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy, man.
They already got it anyway.
Yep.
It's man. I'm doing a show this week. Actually, I guess it'll be tomorrow. Yeah, the tomorrow's show on the Nugget is about the de-evolution of man. I'm gonna dig deeper into this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. I know Native's gonna jump on that one. He likes going down them holes. We're gonna get
Yeah, man.
into some serious de-evolution of man type stuff, which is what's going on right now. If you think about it, I mean, it's legit stuff. It really is because I grew up there. I mean, it's man. Let me tell you something. If the sun was up, my mom would kick me out of the house. She would lock the door. And you better not come home to the street lights on. And if you're thirsty, there's a water hose right there. You
Yeah.
know,
And how many times do you hear somebody saying something that is manly and strong as a man, but before they say it, they're like, I'm sorry I gotta say this, but no offense to anybody, but blah 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 blah. And it's like, and that's a lot nowadays, man. If you really look at it, you're apologizing for being a strong man nowadays.
yeah.
That's man, it's working, man. They're working on us hard, man. They're
Oh,
working on us
they're taking
hard. Don't be
testosterone,
apologetic for being a man, damn it.
taking testosterone completely off the menu. I mean,
Yeah.
now you got boys thinking they're girls. You got girls thinking they're boys. They actually got them thinking that you can legitimately do that, and you can't. Personal opinion. Not going to go scientific or anything, but why
And you'll
can't
catch hell. You'll catch don't
why can't you just be you? If you're a girl and you like girls, rock on, do the damn thing.
yeah.
There's been a word for that for years. If you're a boy and you like boys, rock on, do the damn thing. I mean,
Do
look
the
at the
damn
Spartans.
thing.
Look at the
Be
Spartans.
you.
The most badass fighting force on the planet in Greek, the Spartans. Yeah, it was normal. That's what they did. Okay,
Yeah.
it ain't
Yeah.
me. I'm glad I wasn't born in Greece, but it is what it is. You be you, and I mean, do when the door's closed, do what you want to do. You don't have to force me to live in your fantasy world. I had friends in school when fifth, sixth grade had imaginary friends. I don't have to talk to them. I don't have to save a seat for them. You know what I mean? Nowadays, if you go to school with an imaginary friend, they're gonna bring in an extra desk, an extra chair. You know, come on, man. Your teacher had better respond to that imaginary friend in a polite and meaningful fashion. You know, and work up some grades for the imaginary friend, or there might be a lawsuit involved, or your racial profiling, or you're doing some other new word they're going to make up. You know,
Yeah.
this Me Too movement is out of control. I mean, look at TikTok. Number one, you can't do a TikTok video if you're wearing a bra. They won't even air it. If you wear a bra, they just pull it down. I mean, they got to be flipping and flopping everywhere, or you can't even do TikTok. But now on TikTok, man, I lost my damn train of thought.
Squirrel! Squirrel!
Squirrel.
That's all right.
You can't even do it on TikTok. And what was I talking about before I said TikTok? Because I just lost it.
Brawls, and flapping boobies, man. Flapping
Right,
boobies.
right before that.
Shit, I don't.
Good one. Somebody in the chat remind me where I was at. Y'all know how my memory gets sometimes when I get jacked up.
Hit the rewind button, man. Press one. Press one.
I know, right? It's ridiculous. The TikTok, you got to do these dance moves, these stupid little dance moves, and your boobies hanging out. And oh, this is it. Everybody, look. If you look on a TikTok video, if you watch 10 videos, or if you go watch 10 female channel members, whatever they call it on TikTok, and you watch a few of their videos, I promise you, 6, maybe 8 out of those 10 people that produce content on TikTok, they're going to have a video talking about when they were sexually molested.
I have never watched a TikTok video unless it was put on YouTube or Instagram. I have never been to TikTok ever.
I did it for shits and giggles, and I got to tell you, sometimes when I get bored, especially if you're in the bathroom taking inventory or unloading, it's hilarious. It is absolutely some of the stuff they put on there. I'm like, dude, it's straight porn, bro.
Nisi's done it for me, I think. Haven't you put a couple Prepper Tribe TikToks up? But I've never seen it. I don't know when she put it up. She just told me she was going to do it, and
bro, they have girls up there that go to see the doctor and get their boobies chopped off, and now they're men and they're doing videos with no shirts on. They got girls that ain't cut them off yet, and they're doing videos with the saggies on there, but because they identify as a man, it's not porn.
What?
Bro, I'm telling you, ask Nisi.
But TikTok,
then it's not porn. It's a dude.
I thought TikTok was like a children's or family friendly.
Oh, bro, you'll be watching a video with a 12-year-old kid doing something, and the next video that'll pop up, it'll be a girl with her boobs out. You see bush, you see the whole night full nudity. It takes them a while to pull it down. When a girl does nudity, it takes them a while. And now the thing is, they call it to see how good your pause game is. If you see a video that says pause game, there's like a half a second flash of the girl or the guy, or the girl and guy, bucket naked.
What?
Or something freaky, yeah. But you gotta do it over and over and over and pause it perfect to see the picture. It's like subliminal stuff, bro. It's out of control. TikTok is nuts.
Man, I need to get on TikTok, man. What the hell I been, man? Forget YouTube. I need to get me on some TikTok, Jack. I'm just kidding.
They get away with all kinds of stuff. Like if you watch it, you'll see the girl should just be bucket ass naked, and then it'll get pulled down. But it takes them a while.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's straight porn, bro. Straight porn.
It's crazy, man.
It's a trip. Then every single girl on there is a victim. She's a victim. They're all victims. Now, granted, I'm not downplaying sexual assault. By no means. I am not downplaying sexual assault.
Oh, no, sir.
Myself was a victim of some bullshit. This is a true story. All right. This is a very, very true story. Back when I was working in the bar and nightclub industry, there was this guy. He was the customer used to come in. I couldn't stand him. I didn't like him. He was all right. We acted like we was friends, but we weren't. And his girlfriend was a cocktail waitress there, and she was hitting on me. She was hottie. I'm like, whatever. Let's do the damn thing. So anyway, we started hooking up. We were hooking up for about 4.5 months, nonstop. 4.5 months. All right. Something happened where they were breaking up or something, and he found out. I'm not sure how it went down, but anyway, he found out about us. Well, she was all upset because he found out about it. This bitch calls the police and said I raped her.
Oh shit!
Come up with a legit story, the whole 9 yards. Who was it? He called me. Her boyfriend called me. Said, "Dude, she's she right here. I want to know what happened. I said, yeah, yeah, we did. I ain't gonna lie. And he was like, yeah, I kind of had a feeling y'all was because we weren't boys or anything. But he's like, well, she's at the police station right now. I'm like, for what? She said you raped her. I'm like, what, bro? I
The
got in my.
fuck?
I drove straight to the police station. I walked up in there. I'm like, let me speak to whoever I got. Da 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 da. They pulled me to the side. You know, they almost tried to draw down on me. Pulled me to the side, and we're in this interrogation room and all this and that and the other. They're going through the story, and they're all, you know, in my face, all hardcore. I'm like this sexual predator or whatever. I'm like, are y'all done? Are y'all finished? They read me that, you know, her statement. I said, are y'all finished? He's like, why? You got something to say? You need an attorney? I said, I don't need no goddamn attorney. Everything you say is going to be used against you. I said, that's fine, because here's the deal. I said, when she was making up this story, telling you this stuff, I said, did she tell you guys that we've been having sex for almost 5 months? And the cop looked at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, you heard me. Well, her parents are outside right now. I said, bring her damn daddy in here. Well, I'm sure he don't want to talk to you after what you did to her daughter. I said, what I did to her daughter, I've been doing for 4 months, consensually, more than once, okay? I said, bring her daddy in here. I said, because if you guys do this thing through court and put my name in the newspaper and on TV, I said, the ride up the hill might feel good to you, like you're getting justice for your daughter, but on the way down, you're going to hit every fucking rock till you hit the bottom of the valley, because I'm gonna tear you apart. And then, right at the end of the day, one of her ex-boyfriend's friends came to the police station. I knew him pretty good. Me and him were actually tight. And he come in there with a story when she used to work at Hardee's. She done the same thing to her manager at Hardee's, except he was in jail for 30 days before the truth come out. She set him up for it. Yeah. So I'm like, I told her today, I said, bro, we've been having sex for 4 months, almost 5 months. I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt her. Yeah. But it was just because she got caught and was embarrassed, all of a sudden she played victim. Bro, I could still be in jail for that right now. That's how easy, you know what I mean? So when people cry wolf, and that's the bad part, it makes it hard for you to genuinely be empathetic and sympathize with people, because you just don't know if they're telling the truth anymore. Hell, you don't even know if it's really a girl. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, pretty soon it's going to be, you have to nut check people before you start a conversation at the bar just to know if you still want to talk to them or not. And you're offended.
I swear, you got to go there, don't you, Ghost?
Yeah.
How do I end up on these damn streams when y'all want to go crazy and tell these damn stories, man? Fuck.
I'm going to start nut checking people just to know if I want to have that kind of conversation, because you don't know. And now you're being offensive. There is legitimately a story on Google on my phone where the question was asked, is it offensive if straight men don't want to date trans women before, during, or after they find out? Let me tell you something for the record. If by some strange meaning that you had a really good doctor and I don't know, and I don't pick up right off the bat that you're a switch hitter, and I find out later, let me tell you something. It's not going to be pretty, because I'm not the one doing the line. I'm not the bigot. You're the one bringing false claims to the table. So I don't want to. Yeah, that don't work with me. So I'm gonna just start nut checking people. I gotta see them, bro. Pull them out.
And I know there's some religions, man, where that's like real bad. So I can imagine somebody who really believes deeply, and they get tricked like that, and now they automatically they might think they're going to hell because of it. You know what I mean? And man, it's a wild world, man. It's a wild world, man.
I notice if you trick me like that, you go into a place that starts with the letter A, but it ain't hell.
Yeah.
I'm man.
I don't know, man. We came from a different age. It wasn't like that back when we were doing our thing back in the days. Like I don't remember ever like even being close to a situation like that. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. Two of my really good friends, even to this day, are gay. One's a gay man and the other one's a lesbian. I'm talking, and I've got family members that are gay and lesbian.
Yeah, did you hear it?
It doesn't bother me a bit. Just be honest.
In the chat, brother Lynn, Lynn. Did you hear about that? Their name, you know that movie that Sean Penn did, Milk or something, where he was like the political dude and he ended up getting killed by the other political dude, and he was gay, and it was San Francisco, and he was fighting for gay rights and everything, and he was a political dude. Well, now they're gonna name the ship after him. I didn't catch everything. I think this is what they're doing, and now that Lynn mentioned it, But man, it's pretty damn crazy, man. They're taking the name. They're taking the name off of it too. Like somebody's being erased, and then they're gonna put this milk dude on there. And really, the only thing I mean, I can see gay people like really
Correct me if I'm
looking
wrong.
up.
Destroyers, the most badass boats in the Navy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Navy destroyers are named after people. Cruisers and the other stuff are named after battles, and like uh, uh, aircraft carriers are usually named after presidents. But I think destroyers are named after battle heroes. So unless they're naming a tugboat after him or some kind of something like that, I don't know. But I mean,
Nah, I
and
think it's a warship. I think
yeah,
it's a warship.
that's weird.
But
Oh,
what makes me nervous is I don't have no problem with gay people. I know you don't do deep down
hell,
inside. We've talked about it. I don't have no problem with gay people. I really don't. But the thing is you have to keep in mind that there's other countries, other enemies, other strong powers that do look, and you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't make yourself weaker to the enemy. It's just a thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can see Putin or Xi Jinping looking at that ship out in the water like that would make it a target. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thought. You know what I mean?
it's sad because I mean, not only do they put us against each other, black against white, Mexican against American, tall against short. Now it's got to be. They literally have taken over the fight of male against female. I mean, and for the record, I have nothing against homosexual, lesbian people. Let me tell you something. If I had a choice to go to any kind of bar on the planet and have a good time and have some drinks and have fun, I'm going to a gay bar all day long, 10 out of 10, because they are an absolute blast. I used to run one. I have many, many gay friends. Gay bars, if you want to go to a place, drink some alcohol, and have legitimate fun with no drama, no fights, and no bullshit, go to a gay bar. It is a blast. I mean, but here's the thing. Ain't nobody hiding nothing. Nobody's pretending to be nothing. Nobody's pretending to be something they can't be. They're just being themselves and they're proud of it. I'm down with that all day long, 7 days a week. It's awesome. But it's the sneaky fake stuff. It's the trying to call it a lie, whatever you want to call it. And mainstream media has manufactured this division between us to where now it's just taboo to talk about it. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna talk about it. If it comes at me sideways or I don't understand it, number one, I'm either gonna ask questions or I'm gonna call you a liar. We're gonna figure it out. But
But look, man, I ain't hanging out in no gay bars, man. And
so
I'm
I'm
just
telling
saying,
you, you want to talk
but
about fun?
look,
Bro,
but
so much fun.
it's nothing personal against them. It's just not me. It's not my thing. I'm not gonna feel comfortable. I'm not gonna
It's
have.
not.
It's
No,
not
it's not
me.
like
I'm
it's
just
portrayed.
not
No,
gonna
no.
do it. It's
At
just.
the same time, it's not like it's portrayed on TV. If like that, you
But
can
it's
legit
but
go
it's the
and
same
play.
thing.
There's just
But
as
go.
many girls as guys.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go to a police bar neither. You wouldn't see me
Wouldn't
in a bar filled with police
you?
neither. You wouldn't see me in a bar filled with politicians. Like there's just I hang with who I hang with, and people
If you
hang
rolled
with
up
who
into
they
town,
hang.
if you rolled up into town and you didn't know it was a cop bar and it wasn't advertised that it was a cop bar and nobody was wearing uniform, obviously because they're drinking, you wouldn't know until you got in
The
there and hung
fuck
with
I
some guys
wouldn't.
at the cop bar. Well, you probably
No,
would
you're
because you had
wrong.
fun growing up. You better feel them growing up.
I would know. I would know
Yeah,
'em.
you
I would
recognize
know.
some friendly faces. But I've been in the first gay bar I went into. I didn't know it was gay, like legit, or I wouldn't have went in because I was legit probably a homophobe, I guess, growing up. But I did not
I
know it was
wasn't.
gay. I was in there for a good hour before somebody legitimately told me that it was a gay bar, and it was a girl that told me it was a gay bar. I had no clue. All I knew is that everybody was nice and people were buying me drinks left and right. Good
I,
thing I
I
got a
knew.
hot dog.
I knew gay man. I knew gay people growing up, man. I never had no problem. There's never no beef. But it wasn't no crazy shit involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those losing it. It was hilarious. But I remember it was one time this is a true story. I was in the bar hanging out. I knew the owner and his boyfriend. They were just two of the coolest cats on the planet. And they would always make jokes because they knew I was straight. And that's another thing about a gay bar. If you go in a gay bar, you don't have to tell them you're straight. They know. They legit know. And it's like they just know. But they used to give me a hard time about being straight hanging out in the gay bar. Because I actually worked there sometimes when I was off from my other job. I worked security. But they used to always give me a hard time. I remember one night I was drunk. It was my birthday. I came here, what was going on, and they were hitting on me hard. It was me and my girlfriend were there, that's actually my fiance at the time, were there, and they were giving me a hard time, and she was playing right into that stuff. Just my cheeks were red, they were busting balls. It was hilarious. But I remember the guy. He said, "Let me tell you something." So and so, I ain't gonna tell you my real name. He said, I told him, I said, "Ain't no way. I'll never go that route. You guys do you. I like women too much. That will never happen. I will never go the man route." And he looked me dead in the eyes, and I mean as serious as he could be. And I almost pissed myself when he said this. He said, "Let me tell you something." And he got his head going like this. He said, "If we can put a man on the moon, we can put a man on you." I said, "Shit, I got to go." No, sir. But it was hilarious. Man, I had a blast.
Man, what about those cargo ships, Ghost?
I know, right? Look at Ghetto. Look at Ghetto. Yeah, Ghetto says, "Ghost, they gave you a hard time, huh?" They tried. They tried hard. But it's just like that stockpile at the container ships. This shit just ain't getting offloaded, man. It was stuck. But yeah, so back to the boats.
Hey, it's conversation, man. You know, some conversations are hard to have, man. But that's what we do, man. That's what we do around this community, man. We tap into some shit, and that other people just won't talk about.
And the hard part is when you get on some of those kind of like this one, it's kind of hard to get away from it because everybody's waiting for the next funny.
Right.
Yeah, right. But yeah, the whole issue with the supply chain and all stuff, man. Look, it's man-made. There's no other excuse for why you can get them loaded and get them over here, but you can't. That means somebody's saying no stop, we can't do it. And I've already heard from the truck drivers saying they're just not allowed to go get their stuff. And the ones that they are allowing in to get their stuff, either they can't find it or it's buried underneath like 15 or 16 different containers that people have not come to pick up. So it's like now it's just snowballing now. But here's the messed up part: them containers full of bicycles and VCRs and DVD players, they're hitting Walmart right now because the bicycle aisle's full. And then I researched into that. You know that Walmart went out and bought their own container ships?
Yeah.
And released their own ships and their own containers, and they're doing their own stuff back and forth just for them. Now, you tell me ain't some juice.
What do you think's next, though, man? I'm asking the chat, too. What do y'all think's next? I mean, what's going to happen this week? What's going to happen in the next 2 weeks? Like, there's going to be more. I love trying to visualize and see things before they happen, be a visionary. With all the shit that's going on, man, we should have enough signs to see what the next move is. They just did this whole bill thing for like 1 point whatever trillion dollars and all that, and I wonder what's in that. Because, it takes time for these bastards to read it and then get it together and go to war with each other on the political sides to say what's good and what's bad. I wonder what's in this damn thing that we don't know about yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. And to me, that's stupid. You shouldn't be able to pass a bill and make it law or anything else unless, you know what, here's the thing. I don't think there's nothing they need to write to make it a law that they can't get, without, 10 pages or less. All these fancy lawyer words that nobody understands. I don't know. If you can't get it to me in 10 pages or less, the shit ain't going to the floor. Most of the stuff you can do in a paragraph. Okay. Like for real. Most of the stuff you can do in a paragraph.
Well, it's like this, man. If they were going to steal $1 million, they'd probably do it like that. But since they're trying to steal $1 trillion, they got to have some shit in the game. So it don't surprise me none. Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Plus,
they're finding reasons to print more money.
Before the time comes to paying that back, it's going to collapse anyway, so it won't matter.
Right.
You just get as much as you can get, while the getting's good. But honestly, what I think is coming next, I think that the stuff on CNN with the V and everything's going to be pushed really, really hard. That's why they're doing the Kyrie Irving. That's why they're doing the Aaron Rodgers. That's why they're doing, a few other people. Some coming out in support, some denouncing it, just so there's that division and its own levels. We peasants are divided about it, but now it's being divided in the upper levels. So everybody's picking teams. I think they're going to push that agenda because that's a perfect smoke screen for everything else that's going on. If we can get you worried about the V, then you ain't worried about that new 10 speed. You ain't worried about all other stuff. And if you're worried about the 10 speed, that means your dumbass ain't worried about food. All right. So I think we're in for another 30 to 60 days of distraction before the real bad guy enters the room.
I can see some shit hitting. I've been calling it. I don't know if I'll be right or not, but it's the holidays, man. I just think between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's going to be something big, and I don't know what. And I could be wrong. Maybe the big is already here a whole bunch of times, but I can see something big happening between Thanksgiving and Christmas, man.
I can see that, and I can also see it happening immediately after.
Yeah.
Like I can see them deifying Thanksgiving and Christmas by a new outbreak when everybody comes home after they went to see their family when they weren't supposed to, and now there's a new variant, and shortly after the holidays, which denotes the reason for another lockdown. Or I can see it happening, in between Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm looking more towards the after Christmas. The holidays out the way, everybody's unaware. They finally got to do a good holiday, and then we get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they might actually be seeing that this we won't fall for it as much on that level. So they might need to come out with something new. A whole new, not just a variant, but a whole new, you know what I mean?
yeah. It's definitely coming. I mean, it's not going to be a quiet winter. All right. PPADS has already messed up and said it's going to be a dark, hard winter. All right.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ghost.
Yeah.
They were talking, people have been talking about recession and depression and all this and all that, but do you think we're in a depression, man, and they're just not saying it?
Oh, yeah.
How long do you think we've been in that depression?
I wouldn't say depression. I think as a nation, we're depressed. I think but economy wise, I think we're in a recession. But I think it's I think it's a precursor to a depression or a collapse in one or more parts of society because you already got the automotive market on its knees, and that's the backbone of our country. Is everybody having to get a new car every 2 years?
Yeah.
Now you got them backed up and you can't get the chips. Look who they bailed out back in 08 and 09. It was the car manufacturers. That was what saved the country, was bailing out the car manufacturers and everybody getting discounts. But they can't do that now because we don't make those chips. So, you're already looking at that part fall. Right now, what's bracing the nation up right now is real estate. By them staving off the evictions and all that moratorium stuff, real estate, houses are still, they're still selling at quite a good clip. If that changes, oh man.
But don't you think? Or I'm gonna ask it a different way. Do you think that the whole stock market and our whole economy and everything is fraudulent right now, and it's not what it seems? It's propped up on monopoly money. In other words,
it's propped up on monopoly money, and it's enabling people that are in the right position, i.e., senators and people that know people. It's propped up in a way right now that they're capitalizing on all that right now. They're going to know when it's going to collapse because you're going to see them pull out like the day before, and they're never going to get in trouble.
well, they gotta be in control of that because it would have already collapsed if they wouldn't have put all this fake shit in place and printed all this fake ass money and all this bullshit. So
it would have collapsed 2 years ago when the pandemic started. Except, look at how much money Bezos made because it didn't collapse by being propped up. He got paid by getting propped up. Look at everybody that got paid by it getting propped up. Look at how many raises Congress has given themselves while everybody else has been out of work. Just saying. We're not getting the truth, and we're never going to get the truth. You know why? Because it doesn't play the narrative. We don't have any news companies anymore. We don't have anybody. Here's the thing: a real news company back in the day when we were growing up, when you'd see an interview on something, you would usually have the reporter doing the reporting, and you would have both sides of the story.
Yeah.
Now, just got everybody that works for CNN hates this one guy, and all they talk about is the bad shit. There's no good stuff. It's all bad, 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 bad. Him, bad man, bad, 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 bad. They're not reporting on there was this happened with somebody's laptop or whatever, and you hear both sides of the story. You don't do that. You hear their version that they're backing, and then you hear the other side, but it starts out with false claims of so-and-so, misinformation of so and so. So it's like, here's what we're telling you. This is the truth. You must believe it because this is misinformation.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, they put on the show like they're giving you both sides, but no, they're giving you their side. They're giving you the narrative, and then they're defaming the other side. So they're giving.
What was the most disturbing to me? Well, not the most disturbing, but was most eye opening to me was when the right media completely flipped during the election. And it just went to show just how much they were a part of the, like, they try to push us with this right and left stuff. The only people that are divided on the right and left are the people that follow it like us. It's not the politicians, because they're buddy all the way through. All of them are connected. Because when the whole thing went down with the election, Fox News and Sean Hannity and all them Bammers was right along with the agenda they was pushing, man. And it really blew me away, because I was like, oh shit.
The thing is, when the head honchos that own all of those media outlets and the ones that make all the decision in those media outlets support one side or the other, when it goes bad, that's a team loss. That's when they come through the locker room threatening to cut motherfuckers. So
But
that's when they change the story. You know what I mean?
But that's a fugazi in itself. There is no right or left. You know what I mean? That's only on us. They make us believe there's a right and left, and they push that shit on us every day. And I got family, man. They truly believe there's a Democrat and there's Republican, and to me, I'm like, nah, y'all motherfuckers is fooled, man. The only difference is with us, the way we think and the way they make us think, and their brainwashing of us to make us think that way. When it's all them up in there, man, they're going to lunch together, they're hanging out, they get whatever they want to get done in their way, and they make us think whatever they want.
They're playing chess, depending on what side. It all depends on what color pieces you're moving. Is all that is. I mean, if Democrats and Republicans were true to their word and true to their name all throughout history, I mean, most of y'all don't know the Democratic Party used to be called the Republican Party, and the Republican Party was the Democratic Party or something. I mean, those names have flip flopped back and forth more times than you really want to count. If you want to talk about Republican political parties, I actually did a project on this. Look back through history, how many Democratic parties there have been, bro. It's like 100 and something.
Yeah.
With different agendas, all getting folded into these two, parties, left or right, and all that is this group of big shots that have a lot of money, and this group of people that have a lot of money, and the blue and the red are just their puzzle pieces. They're moving around the board of the world, keeping them out of trouble. It's all about super PACs. And back in the day, I could go run for president tomorrow if I wanted to, and nobody can do anything about it. Technically, I still can. The problem is nobody's ever going to know about it because I'm not going to get any screen time. Nobody's coming to the rallies because I'm not going to get interviewed. Unless you have money. That's the only reason Trump was even taken seriously, was because he paid for his own way. And he was popular. He was already a celebrity. That's the only reason. But I mean, you've had some phenomenal people running for president. Just out of the blue, just Joe Blow. With a great message, the whole 9 yards, but he simply could not afford to run the ads and do all this. And that's where politics is broke. If it was me, if tomorrow somebody called me and said, hey, man, how would you fix the political structure? I said, well, number one, it wouldn't be a Republican Democrat. It would just be an American running against an American for president, number one. Number two, there would be a cap. There would be a cap on the amount of money you can spend to run for the office of president, that's it. And it would be a very minimal, anybody could afford it cap with a little bit of backing, but it would also be a federal regulation that all news outlets had to air, the same amount, had to give everybody the same opportunity, same amount of time, and it was subsidized and or free. That's your payback to the government for, doing what you want to call that, your taxes or whatever you want to call it. But everybody should have a right to get their message out, whether it's a good message or a bad message. It should be capped. Everybody, you can spend $100,000 on the campaign. That's it. All your news coverage is free. Boom, go.
Yep.
That's your $100,000. You got $100,000, brand new pair of flip flops. Go. But it'll never be like that. I mean, because if you got a $500 million backing you and $1 billion super PACs that are subsidizing that, how can you lose? You literally
They
buy
choose.
the office.
They choose who they put in front of our face anyway, man.
There ain't been a selection of
Plain and
wrong
simple.
election
Yeah,
yet.
they. It's all a crock of shit, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. I'm over it, man. I mean, it's and then the messed up part about it now is everything is so dirty when it comes to politics and the news that even if you do an investigation and you form a committee, you're never going to get the truth because you're only going to be shown what they want you to see. Now, most of the stuff that's going to prove anything's already been destroyed.
If you find truth, they'll kill you.
Oh yeah, yeah, you get Hillary in a minute.
Right? No doubt.
Mm, ridiculous.
Crazy
Man, we got
world, man.
95 people in here.
That's why it's so hard for me to listen to politics and listen to certain things because I truly don't believe in it at all. I think it's all a crock of shit. I think they're all together in on it. They've been in on it for years and years and years and years. They're going to find another person to push in front of somebody in 2024 to make everybody believe this and believe that. And it's all just a crock of shit. So when I hear different political views and people talking about it, man, it's hard for me to listen because I just don't believe in it.
Right.
And I don't believe the right side or the left side. I don't believe in none of that.
Yeah, exactly. And Linda, I'm gonna agree with you on that, and I'm gonna even go one better. All right, because a lot of people think I'm a Trump supporter or this and that. Look, here's the thing: I don't support a whole lot of anything. All right. Here's my personal views on Trump. I think he's a fucking asshole. I think he's an arrogant cocksucker. He's been entitled his entire life. But I will put a caveat. When he got, I'm throw some fish eggs on it. When he got in office, he did a phenomenal job for the American people because he was a businessman, not a politician. He was about the business, and at least in my mind, and everybody else's, it was paying $1.25 for gas at this time last year. He put the American people first. He put China on notice. He put Mexico on notice. He was bringing manufacturing and infrastructure back to the U.S., which if that would have been taking place, then we wouldn't be in shitstorm we're in right now because we wouldn't need all those boats sitting off the coast because we would have already had factories fired up and manufacturing, would be here doing what it's doing. But yes, he is an asshole. The only reason that I support him, number one, he's the lesser of two evils, if you want to believe that thing, but he did all this for free. He literally lost money while he was in office. He did not take a single dollar from any of his checks as being the president. He donated it all to the VA. He donated it all to disabled veterans. He did not get paid at all. There are some statistics that say he lost somewhere in the neighborhood of like $300 million while he was president because he just put everything else on the back burner on his other businesses. That to me means that, yes, he's an asshole. He's a cocky son of a bitch, but at least he was trying. You know what I mean? And he was trying for us, and he was doing it for free. If it was all about the money or him being God, he would be getting paid like Pelosi. He would be getting paid like Joe. But he didn't do that. He did it for free. He gave all of his money away. But they don't talk about that in the media. They don't show that. There was a couple news streams that had a picture of him with his checks, but if you look it up, he was president for 4 years and gave money away. He did not get paid, and he lost money being there. And I think he did a great job. Yes, he's kind of hard to watch, and yes, he's kind of hard to listen to sometimes because he's arrogant as shit. But I mean, this is America. He took advantage of capitalism, and honestly, we made him cocky by the way we treated him when he was going through life. So I mean, it is what it is.
Let me ask you this, man, and I'll ask the chat too. This is something to think about. I'm gonna try to go deep with it. I don't know if I have the words to really say it right, but maybe shouldn't we think about, like, when we think about Mexico, we think about build a wall, stop them from coming in. But maybe as human beings, as people who's supposed to care about other people, shouldn't we be trying to help that country, help their people to where they might just not want to come here because it'll be okay where they're at?
Honestly, if it was me and that many Mexicans want to come here, why don't we just annex Mexico and make it one big damn country?
Sort of, kind of, yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, why are we? Ain't there other ways to look at things? Like, instead of a wall, instead of looking at a people like they ain't shit and we don't want them here, why don't we try helping? They're our neighbors. Why don't we try to help them be
Just merge.
better and happier and safer and a part
Yeah,
of
man,
our
chill
lives. I know a lot of Mexican people. I've known a lot of Mexican people in my life, and they were great fucking people, man.
Yeah, I love Mexico. I love Mexicans. I got family members that are Mexicans.
Yeah. But maybe
Plus
maybe we
Mexico,
need to start thinking different, man. Maybe we need to start thinking different. Instead
plus
of going
Mexico.
and blowing up countries and then bringing them over and messing, maybe well, why don't, why ain't we helping people, man? Why,
Plus, I
and
mean,
why
look on
and
the
why?
bright side. Look on the bright side. Mexico's not that far from Panama, so these people could be visiting relatives all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. Homeland.
Yeah, but I mean, just annex Mexico, or
She
something.
gonna roll her eyes at me in a second.
Uh, well, Doc Mac. I mean,
There's other ways to do shit. That's all I'm saying. We got to look at things in different ways, and how are we going to change as a human race if we just keep on warring and keep on doing these things and keep on falling in these damn ruts that we do, and we let these evil people rule all the time? You want to know why human beings have been warring and warring and warring forever and always killing each other and having enemy? Cause we ain't never tried to change our minds on shit. We ain't never got to collect, like, why do we build nuclear bombs? Why do we build armies? I mean, are we just gonna keep doing this until we kill everybody off and start over again and do it again, or are we gonna wise up and say, hey man, maybe love is the ticket?
I mean, you got to look at all right. So if you want to build the wall, all the California, all the entitled liberals. I won't say Californians, but most of them, all the entitled, say liberals, whatever. Don't all that while. Yeah, who's going to pick your fruit? Who's going to pick your vegetables? Who's going to do all that work in the garden that you don't do? Who's going to process all the food, the animals? Who's going to build your houses? Because you know Americans are so spoiled. I mean, and I know this from working construction when there was a big deal years ago because all the Mexicans were coming into the country and they were taking American jobs. They weren't legit taking American jobs. They weren't like coming in and strong arming them, but people that own smaller construction companies that didn't want to pay, one of my family members who's a master carpenter, 25 to 30 bucks an hour to work with his crew. A Mexican crew would come up with the same experience and legit do the job better for half price. So you as a business owner, why would you not get somebody with 30 years experience as a master carpenter, from Acapulco? Yeah, was it Acapulco? He's one of the big cities in Mexico, big resort towns. Down there he's making $6, $7, a day sometimes. But he comes to America, he's making 15 bucks an hour, dude. He's living like a king.
And see,
doing an awesome job.
And that's where we should change our minds and the way we do things, man, because that Mexican crew deserved just as much money as the American crew if they did the job well and did it better even. I mean,
absolutely.
So they shouldn't have made half. They should have made just as much.
But the thing was, he was illegal, and the guy that owned the company could get away with it until he got deported, and then he would go back and hire a few white guys for a few months, and then he'd bring in another crew of Mexicans because he was getting a slap on the hand. It wasn't no big deal. Yeah, it was dude. One Saturday, because I was the assistant job superintendent, we were building apartment complexes. One Saturday, I had to no, it was a Sunday. I had to swing by the job site. I forgot something. I can't remember what it was. It was me and my ex-wife. And I said, hey, I got to swing by the job site and pick something up. And I pulled in the parking lot, went all the way to the back where we were building the buildings. And bro, this crew, it was a roofing crew. They were on the roof on a Sunday, okay? But here's the problem. It wasn't just the crew. It was the crew, all their wives and girlfriends, and like 7 kids. Dude, one lady had one of the things that you put on your stomach, but she had it swung around her back, had the kid on her back, and she's swinging a hammer, nailing shingles on the roof of a 3-story apartment building. And this kid was like 4 or 5 months old. They had the whole family's out there doing the work. And I'm like,
because we look at that like there's something wrong with that. When other countries, they do that every day.
yeah,
They hustle, man. They work. You throw the baby on your back. You go out there and you get your house fixed up. You work the garden. You work. You do what you got. We're in this country. We're so so many regulations, so many different people, so much paperwork, so so many rules. Oh my God, can you believe that? Oh, I can't believe they're doing that to them, and oh, I can't believe they got this out there like that. And why has he got his girlfriend at work with him? Who cares? Are they getting the job done? Is it a good job? Is she putting in the effort to be there? I mean, what do you want? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like we look at that like if I'm riding down the road, I see my neighbor and they hired a crew and there's little kids and wives getting out. That's kind of cool to me. I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, they should have a little picnic at lunchtime. You should go over there and meet them and say what's up. I mean, we gotta stop thinking so damn robotic and how they want us to think, and you know what I mean? We need to let go of a lot of bullshit, man.
Yeah, but then you got the other in Mexico and other places around the world. That's completely normal, respected, and it's all good. But see, here in America, we got like 13 different alphabet agencies that will fine you and put your ass in jail for letting that happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody's got their own inspectors. You can't just have one guy inspect the job. You got to have a plumbing inspector, electrical inspector, a roofing inspector, a framing inspector, a concrete guy, a landscaping inspector, the dude that does the bricks. I'm like, bro, but it's
Yeah. Yeah.
different. It's completely different. It's dude, it's so confusing. I don't want any part of it. I'm like, no, dude, I was the assistant job superintendent. I was a very good carpenter. I still am. But I hated the job because I didn't get to swing a hammer. I was always on the phone or doing inspections or looking at blueprints and changing stuff and ordering stuff, to get the job done. I wasn't swinging a hammer. And I'm like, that's not why I wanted to do the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would totally support annexing Mexico. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Look at all the benefits to that. Look at all the agricultural land, the culture. Look
I
at
I hear how
the
I hear
port.
Han Solo in the chat. I hear Han Solo. He says, if you pay full price, hire here first. Only thing I ask of you is not to judge the person trying to get the work. Judge the people that's running these things and putting these things in place so that person can take your job or take his job or you know what I'm saying? Don't blame the Mexican crew for coming in and putting in the work and doing the damn thing. They're
If I'm
just trying to make a living, man. They want us to hate each other. They want us to think a certain way about Mexico. They want us to think a certain way about Russia. They want us to think. They build our brains to think what they need us to think, so they can do what they gotta do in this world to keep all that money and power.
Yeah. But here's the thing: if I'm a carpenter and I'm building custom homes, if I'm building custom multi-million-dollar homes, I don't give a shit what country you're from. If you're the best one for the job, the one that's going to make my shit look right because it's a multi-million-dollar home that's backing my reputation and my company, that's who's getting the job. The best person for the job, whether it's male, woman, I don't care. Now, and I am an American. I'm a proud American. I love my country. But that has nothing to do with a free market economy. That is not politics. Don't even bring it there. If I'm doing a business, if I'm providing a service, and the whole basis for my service is my shit is better than the next guy's, I'm going to want the best one for the job. Man, woman, black, white, yellow, green. I don't give a shit. I do not care. If you can do it better, makes me look good. It's the reason why I started my own business. We're good. We're good to go. There's no flag
Yeah.
waving when it comes to that. I mean, that's I separate those two things.
Yep. And the government's not trying to help these people, man. Tell me this. Why is it when they bring people over from Mexico and stuff like this, why do they always throw them in the ghettos and shit? Why ain't they setting them up in Malibu? Why ain't they setting them up in them gated communities where Pelosi lives and shit? You know what I'm saying?
There's the reason why they don't want the wall, okay? Because if you do the wall and you close the border, then guess how many alphabet agencies you can put out of work? Right? ICE, done, gone. I mean, look at all these. There's bureaus of the FBI, ATF, and E. All these agencies have a department that works on illegal immigrants, all this cool stuff. So if you do away with that, if you crack down on it, you just completely killed their budget. It's all about money. The illegal alien problem and immigrants, that is a money-making machine for the United States government. Billions and billions of dollars a year. That's why they let it come. That's why the war on drugs, people, if y'all didn't know, the war on drugs was bullshit. All right, we had a deal with Manuel Noriega back in the day. Like he would send over his boats full of weed and coke and all that good stuff, and he would legitimately let the CIA handler, because he worked for the CIA, he would let the CIA handler know which boat coming where, and he would, for every tree that came into the country, he would sacrifice a boat with some bullshit coke on it, and one of his brand new drug dealers that was driving a boat for the first time, he would let the CIA and the feds know where he was coming to dock, and they would pick him up, and we're showing on TV that they're winning the war on drugs. We just got 50 pounds of cocaine. Meanwhile, 5,000 pounds just got escorted into the border. You know, that was the war on drugs, and the funding was through the roof, and it was passed around to all these agencies. That's how the government works. It's not about getting things done. It's about showing you pictures that we're getting. We never win, but we're winning. You know what I mean? We got to keep going because we're making steps in the right direction. You know? Yeah.
Got to keep giving me money so I can live in Malibu and tell y'all what to do because we're almost there.
Yeah, and a couple more years. By the way, my budget, I need to go up a little bit more on my budget. I need more cool toys, and you know, and yes, you know, the FBI needs a $45,000 G5. It makes legitimate sense. So the FBI director can fly across country in a $450 million G5. Come on, man. You can fly commercial like the rest.
And you got to think about this too, man. You know, we say these internets and shit, you know, there's an evil to them. But there's also a good to them, man. Because there's so much information that can get out. Yeah, we have to watch our words. We have to do this. We have to do that. But there's a lot more being seen by a lot more people. So there's some good with all the shit that, you know, with all technology and stuff, I would think, you know, a little bit. Just because they, you know, but I think they're completely paranoid. That's why I was talking about maybe the revolution has already started, somebody else's revolution, but, you know, it ain't our revolution, but there's a revolution going on with these technical dudes and these internet dudes because they're taking the power from the government a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It goes too deep. I can't think of it all to really say something brilliant or anything. You know me, I'm dumb, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, man. I mean, look, if there was no crime, everybody wants a world without crime. In a perfect world, that would be awesome. But if there was no crime, then that means we don't need any police. If we don't need any police, look at how many people are now unemployed. I mean, it's a vicious cycle. You need one, unfortunately, to fund the other. You can't defund the police. Like, legit, really? Like, you're voting to defund the police, then you're hiring private security, and you're hiring a private police force, and you're putting up a fence around your house that is taller than the city code actually allows for, but it's okay because you're a senator. You know, so I mean, come on, man. It's being a politician is a business now. It's not a public service. It's supposed to be you're a public servant. You work for the people. And it's just not the way it is. I mean, there is not a broke congressman or senator in office. You know, it's
hell no.
It's like, what?
I mean, even regular government jobs. You get a government job. I remember being young and hearing about this parent got a government job. But where's your mom? Oh, she works in the government. Oh, y'all got money. You know, I mean, it's just the way it is, man. It's just a class machine. So you can be on that. You can have that 5-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. You know, you can drive that Lexus, BMW. Man, it's all just such bullshit, man. It makes me so.
Look at the way Pelosi talked down to the American people.
Oh, she's so sickening.
She got caught getting her hair done without a mask on. She's 108.
She's so gone in her head, man. These people are gone, man.
She's 108 years old in the middle of a pandemic, and old people are dying left and right. She's 108 years old, no mask, getting her hair done when everybody else in the world is locked down. And then she gets offended because she gets caught. It was a setup. You know, but other people are getting ticketed and fines and going to jail. But it was Pelosi. She literally got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. She literally got caught saying, "Shut up, peasant, go back to work," and then made you apologize for catching her. I mean, come on.
Yep. It's sickening, man.
And that's not only the first time. I mean, but now if Aaron Rodgers wasn't wearing a mask and he didn't answer the question correctly, he's a liar. He lied to everybody. He didn't lie. He said he was immunized, and he was. He went to school, public school. He was immunized. Next question. He answered the question with an answer. Now, you want to come back, 2 weeks later and say he lied? No. We asked him if he had to be, and he said, "I've been immunized."
Right.
It's like saying, "Do you speak Spanish?" And I go, "I speak German." And then you go on to the next question. That's not my fault. That's yours. You didn't follow it up.
Still told the truth.
Exactly. No lie.
Right. Right. I got you.
Plus, it's none of your damn business. How's that? You know? Hey, Rogers, have you been in? None of your business. Next question. Yeah,
Yep.
but they're turning that into a political standpoint to divide America's, and to I mean, you've legitimately got family members not speaking to, refusing to talk to other family members because they're on one side or the other of this V thing.
And do you know that if you don't, if people, they would say we're crazy, man. They would put us in insane asylums, like asylums. Like they would really say that we're out of our mind for not believing in and following the government propaganda bullshit. Like we are the ones that are crazy, man. Our minds ain't right, man. We don't think like they want us to, so we're completely wrong and we're a little bit insane. We've been, possessed by demons and shit. Like seriously.
And here's the thing: I'll put it out here on YouTube right now. Right now, there's one. There's only one reason right now. One main reason why I have not done the damn thing, and I'm gonna be quite honest with you. It's because I don't bleed. Like, cut me, I bleed for a second, it stops on its own. My blood clots like insanely fast. This is a genetic family thing. Like every time I get surgeries, they have to put me on blood thinners. I have to be on stroke watch. They wrap my legs and all this crazy shit. Like I don't bleed. Like I've legitimately had wounds. I got a cut on a scar on my arm from a knife fight. I didn't get stitches. The scar is like this wide. I just put some duct tape on it when I'm about my business because it stopped bleeding like 10 minutes later. I mean, it's a deep gash. It was like an inch deep. I just don't bleed. I clot really, really easy. So the major side effects from all of these bees are strokes and blood clottings. And so, yeah, I'm at super freaking high risk. That's the main. Now, there are probably other reasons, but I don't need to go into those. I don't even need to rehash them because this is a big reason. This is enough for me. Yeah. So, no, I'm not doing it. And because the blood clotting is a major issue for me anyway, because I just don't bleed. So, yeah, doing that, and that's a major side effect. That's a huge red flag for me. So that's the reason why I choose not to.
Right.
Plus, it just wasn't presented to me in an adult fashion, the whole rollout of it. I was like, no, there's a whole lot of questions that could have been and should have been answered. At the speed this happened, then I need to see the one shot or one pill cure for diabetes and the 3 to 6 months, cycle of stuff that you got to go on to cure cancer, because that was an insanely fast way that it was all done. I mean, I think it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm not saying it don't work. I'm not saying it does. I'm no medical professional. I'm staying the hell away from it. I'm just saying that was an amazing feat of scientific awesomeness. Now let's carry that over into the rest of the world and to the rest of the other stuff that's killing people. That's my statement on it. I think it's awesome. Just do it with some other stuff now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I the only opinion I have on that is if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. And
I support both sides 100%. You want to do it, I got you. You don't want to do it, don't do it, I got you.
I know losing your job could ruin your life and stuff, and that's a hard fucking thing. Careers, all this shit is crazy, man. It's sickening, and I hate them for it, the government. And I think it's complete bullshit. But when it comes down to it, no matter what, they will. I don't think as of yet they can hold you down and make you do it. So if you want it, get it. If you don't, don't.
Well, I'm here to tell you,
And I'll back you either way.
The day that happens, it's coming undone.
Yeah. Yep.
Undone.
Because even if it ain't you, you're not going to watch your kids get held down. You're not going to watch your mother get held down. You're not going to watch your wife get held down. You're not going to watch your sister get held down. There's no way they can go that route, because if they do, all hell's breaking loose and it's on.
Well, this is hypothetically, okay? This is completely hypothetical. Say you're a person that has an issue, a health issue. I don't know. Say maybe you're prone to blood clotting. And so getting this thing or eating this special chocolate chip cookie could kill you. There's a really good chance it could kill you. There's a better chance. to you, then it would taste good or help you. And then so somebody's going to force feed you that cookie. Well, I mean, common sense dictates, brother and sister. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it
Yeah.
is. I mean, if
Cause
you're
I'm
gonna,
gonna die if I don't, and then yeah, I got you. I got you. So
got nothing to
we
lose.
going there.
Oh, we there. Both feet in the rabbit hole. Kelly,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much. I appreciate that. Beautiful cat. That looks like
Oh,
more.
salute.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Yes, honestly, it's all going to peter out over time. They'll find something else to bitch about because come on, we're Americans and everybody's a victim. Okay, we are a product of the Me Too revolution here. Just give it 24 hours. Somebody's going to find another issue, and we can all jump on board and hate on somebody for a little while. The whole, it's just give
It
us a
ha-
minute.
for and what's crazy is for every Me Too movement or BLM movement, there's another movement on the other side that they look at and hate, and we yeah. I mean, it's they're
I mean,
using us, man. They're using us.
yeah, oh, exactly. Look at the BLM movement. Now, all this stuff played out last summer. Now BLM's sitting back going, man, we fucked up. We picked the
Yeah,
wrong side. We picked the wrong fucking side. We fucked up.
yeah,
This, what are you going to do? And some people agree with my views. Some people don't agree with my views. And I'm completely cool with that. If you guys want to hit me up in comments and do the whole debate back and forth, we can go all day. I love it. But here's the thing. That's the reason I do my show the way I do in my channel, and Tribe's the same way. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the comments. That's cool. That's the reason I do this show. That's your opinion. I appreciate your opinion. You are 100% disagree with me all you want to. Okay, that's cool. I might not agree with what you say, but this is my house, and you have the right to say that. Don't get crazy on religion, politics, or anything violent or porno crazy. But you can disagree with my views.
yeah.
I love that stuff. Don't be mad at me. Come back tomorrow. We'll argue some more. I love that shit.
Oh,
But
last thing I worry about is somebody saying something about me.
I just want people to feel that speak your mind. If you disagree with me, say, hey Ghost, but what about this? Or hey Ghost, what about that? And we'll talk about it. We'll go for hours. I'm cool with that. Because I'm here. Just because this is my channel doesn't mean I'm the only one that gets to state their opinion. Okay, you guys can too. That's my point. Speak your mind.
No doubt. No doubt.
Within the YouTube universe, speak your mind.
Yep.
But you ain't got to agree with me just because you subbed or just because you're a member. You ain't got to agree with me. Hell no. If everybody agrees with me, I'm going to stop putting up videos. It's boring as shit.
Right.
I can go to the bathroom and talk to myself.
Yeah. And you got to figure, man, we're live. Sometimes things are not going to come out like you're trying to get them across and everything. Like, even the professionals have a hard time doing live shows, yet we do lives every week. Like, it's not easy to get up in front of this camera and be live and just, we're not going to say things that's going to agree with everybody. It's impossible. You're just not going to do it. And no, not everybody's going to like you. I got plenty of people in this community who probably can't stand my ass, and that's cool, man. Hey, more power to you, man.
Dude, I know for a fact I got subs that follow me that do not agree with my point of view on anything.
Right.
We go back and forth on everything. And let me tell you something. I love it. Because let me tell you something, people. If everybody agreed on everything, we're fucked. Because that's just not the way it works. This is a free market. This is a free world. Everybody has their own opinion. My views on abortion and drug usage and alcohol usage and this and that and the other are going to be different than yours. They may be perfectly aligned with some people, but some people disagree with me, and that's cool. Dude, if it wasn't for that, there probably wouldn't be a chat bar on the side because I wouldn't care what you said. I want to know what you say. I want to read what you say. It's cool. I like it. I love the back and forth, man. I love debate. Debates are cool, and I don't get mad. Now, every now and then you'll get some jack off, that'll leave a comment. He won't post nothing in the chat, but he'll leave a comment to a specific video or something, and he's like straight out of left field. Look, those things don't even bother me anymore. Tribe knows they used to. Now I don't even read them. I mean, if it's going left, I just get rid of it. It's just like, yeah. I mean, you're not even subscribed to
Yeah,
the channel. Not even
only time,
subscribed to the channel. Why would you sub? Why would you make a comment? You know what I mean?
only time you really gotta cut somebody off in a chat is if they're being petty, if they're just over and over and over again,
All right.
just trying to start shit or just, I mean, have something to add. Don't just sit here and be petty all night long, ruining everybody's fucking mood, just being a piece of shit all night long, just because you ain't got nothing to do. And I get it. Some people get drunk, man. That's all they want to do is just, they get in that drunken stupor and go for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's not fair to everybody else in the chat that's trying to
Right.
have a good time. Even if they're disagreeing, they're still being respectful. They're not flooding the chat over and over and over again with petty bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's
we got to watch out for them too.
yeah. Well, I just got rid of one of them about a minute and a half ago. Somebody that comes in not just this chat but other chats and spits the same nonsensical bullshit. I'm not going to call it disinformation. I'm going to call it no freaking information because it was left field. Not we have people in YouTube. I'm sure most of you know this. Some people come to YouTube to learn. They get off on this knowledge. They learn. Learn new skills and new tactics and new things to do, like canning or freeze drying food, things like that. And then we have some people that are in YouTube. They just go from channel to channel, starting shit with everybody in the chat. All right. Yeah, those
Yeah.
I got no time, and that's the person that just got gone out of here. I don't care what channel you go to, he's doing the same shit every day. Can't get along with nobody, and yeah, I'm over it. I got better things to do in my life. Now, if you want to come here and argue about with some legit stuff, and we can go back and forth, let's do this. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you resort to
Stop trying to make everybody miserable. Stop trying to make everybody miserable. It doesn't,
resort to physically threatening to like do harm to people
Oh no, gone.
because they don't agree with you, I'm done with you.
When I first started doing the lives, I said there's two rules, man. There ain't gonna be no racism, no hate going on like that, and there ain't gonna be no attacks on women and children. You know what I mean? A man can stand for a man, and I mean you can't just come in and just constantly attack the dudes and shit like that. But I'm just saying, there's a point. Everybody knows the point. I mean, it is what it is. But you're not going to attack women and children, and you're not going to sit around being racist. And it ain't just a black and white racist thing. I'm talking about all races. I'm talking about hate too. Like, if let's say a gay person comes into my chat, I'm not going to put up with people attacking them because they're gay. Now, if you don't agree with what they're saying and y'all have disagreements, fine. But if you're sitting there calling them names and being completely disrespectful just out of hate, you're out of there. Like, no sense in it.
You're just saying that because Ghetto's in the chat. You're trying to save face.
You rough, man. Y'all rough, man.
Yeah, but it's like harmless banter. When you're going back and forth about the finer points of a topic, then you're getting somewhere. Then you know what? There's 9 times out of 10, you might completely disagree with my point of view, but we can go back and forth on different points, and we may end up meeting in the middle. You know what I mean? I may take some good stuff away from that and make me think a different way next time, or be a little bit more accepting. Or you may bring up a point that I was never aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to come into society, especially YouTube and the real world, thinking you know everything about anything, you're an idiot.
And honestly, that's what's good about this community, man, because we do have disagreements but we don't fucking try to attack each other and harm each other. Like most of the time. Like we actually, I mean, I've had people be mad as shit at me in the chats, and I've gotten mad at the chats at times. Certain people in the chats. It's just how it is, man. But we don't turn on each other. We don't hate each other. You get in your feelings sometimes when it's something's dear to you, and you get the debating real hard or whatever you want to call it, a little bit of arguing and shit. But it's not I hate your guts now. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's high school shit, man. That's middle school shit. We don't do that.
Well, it was like a perfect example, and most of the people in the chat know this. That person that got gone out of here tonight is somebody that I locked horns with on more than one occasion on somebody else's channel. But that somebody else's channel loves that shit. That's what we do there. That's the vent. That's the relief valve. That's the YouTube jiggler. The YouTube jiggler is his channel.
Yeah.
He knows that. Everybody knows that. That's why we go there and do that. This person that just got gone from here knows that, but then he brought that same bullshit over to here, and he knows it doesn't work that way here. Not
Yeah,
because
I mean,
and I'm not being fake by acting different on my channel versus somebody else's channel.
it's not fake. It's not fake.
You know?
I go on my channel and I'm F this and shit that but you know, if I was to go on, let's say, Pepper Potpourri's channel, if I was to ever do anything with Pepper Potpourri, you can bet your ass I'm not cussing. You know what I'm saying? And I try to watch my mouth around. Now, sometimes we get the panels and it's real deep, and you got the women cussing too, and we go at it. But I try to watch my mouth around women because I was raised. You don't talk vulgar in front of women. You know it's and it's. You know, some women will get mad at you, like, you know, like, oh, don't bring that shit here, try. You cuss in front of me, damn it. But I really do, like, you know, there's just certain things. And it's just like you're saying, yeah, over there on that channel, you may go buck crazy and be cussing and say whatever the hell comes out of left field and it's totally wild and shit. But over here, we're doing something different. And that's what it's about. Respect it.
And I mean, just think about it. If everybody done the same thing, what's the point in having multiple channels? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, where are the people going to go that don't want to listen to all the vulgar stuff? Maybe people don't like listening to cussing every 5 minutes. So you need the channels that don't do a lot of cussing or don't tap into certain conversations and stuff. That's why you got some people that follow this channel and don't follow me. And that's fine. That's why we have different channels. That's why we all support each other and support the different things that we do.
You know, don't get me wrong. I can go political and get crazy and raise 9 kinds of hell with everybody else. But my channel, as you guys know, I love the canning and I focus on the canning. And that being said, that needs to be a more family-friendly atmosphere where people can just chill and do the canning. And then it just kind of evolved into a place on Saturday where, you know, everybody else in the prepper community can come hang out and not have to deal with any, you know, political, religious prepper drama. We just hang out and make food. And it kind of took over, took kind of got a life of its own, which is kind of cool. But, you know, yeah, we try not to do the cussing and we do our best. But every now and then a little bit slips out. You know, it is what it is. But, you know,
yeah, I mean, even that. Like, I'll sit on here with you tonight and I'll say shit and damn. And, you know, we're conversating, we're doing our thing. But you get me on the cannibals, I'm not cussing on that. When I'm canning with y'all, you don't hear me cussing. I'm not cussing.
I mean, it was like I honestly, it's my show, and I think I've cussed more than anybody else on there. I mess up and do it, and I try my best not to.
Right.
Like, yeah, I for real have made more mistakes more than anybody else on there. You know, and then I messed up a few times, and you know it. Now you guys know if I hit the button and I let Ghetto come up there, it means I already got demonetized on that video, so I ain't got nothing to lose.
Right.
Nah, I love me some Ghetto. Ghetto's cool, y'all. We dog him out, but let me tell you something.
Ghetto's cool.
That man has got some knowledge. He's smart. He's a smart dude. Got some
cool
ugly
people,
ass
man.
feet.
Cool people.
Ugly ass feet. He's all right.
Man, we've been rolling, man. It's 2 hours.
And we still got 100 people in here.
Man, why don't you drop that link, man? Let some people in case I got a dip.
Dude, you just read my mind. I was just fixing to say I'm gonna drop the link, see if anybody wants to come in, because I need somebody to keep you company, because I gotta go to the little boys' room real quick.
I do, man. Hey, that was my idea, man.
For real?
Shit. We need more than one person so y'all can hang out, so me and Ghost can go take intermission.
All right, so Roots, and I know Roots is gonna come up here.
Roots.
Is Backwoods still out there?
I think Backwoods dipped out, man. I don't know. He must have had something to do, or probably tired or something. I know.
I know for a fact. I know Ghetto's gonna come up here and try to defend himself, and that's cool.
And Backwoods is working hard now, ain't he? He always works hard, but he's doing that stuff.
Told you. Boom.
Y'all can go to the girls' room now. Go ahead. I'll take over from here.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Let a man be in charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my man diaper. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna give Ghetto the keys to the car. Y'all done lost your damn mind. Somebody better come up here and supervise.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm unblocking Billy first and foremost.
If you could.
I appreciate you blocking him actually, because I was getting ready to go on a tangent, and then I was like, while I was typing, I was like, man, don't do that on Ghost Stream. Come on, man.
I was figuring I was waiting. I was gonna make sure if he was behaving, but he came in swinging for the fence. I'm like, nah, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm just gonna go ahead and just be done with it.
Yeah.
You know, when he's up on the stream, he's like the most soft spoken. Like I've never seen Billy like go crazy on a live stream and be like disrespectful or nothing. Like he's soft spoken, just talks, and I don't know. Maybe I missed some things, but
Guess who's
I
in the
think you're talking
backstage?
about a different Billy, Prepper.
I might be, man. I might.
Oh shit!
All right, I'll be right back, y'all.
Try. Wait. Hang on.
Right.
I want you here for this. Right, hang on.
What's up, Billy?
What's up?
How you doing, Georgia?
I'm doing all right.
You're wrong for that, man.
All right.
Hello, Miss Georgia Peach. How's your evening going?
It's going good, Ghetto.
Oh, it's going good. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
I feel special. Ghost invited me up here. Feeling all special and stuff now.
Right? They're always picking on you.
Yeah, I know, huh? Sometimes I'll be going to bed crying.
Aw.
Gotta have my wife hold me and stuff, rub my head, tell me it's gonna be all right.
Don't tell me you need a safe place.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Epileptic, that's actually my wife. She'll thank you a lot though for saying she looks young.
Does.
I actually didn't even know that picture was up there. Well, today anyway.
Cute picture.
You're kind of low. Let me put my headphones on. I can't hear you quite well, Georgia. So I think we all can figure out that Ghost and Prepper Tribe are actually girls, because we all know that girls go to the bathroom together. I mean, can I get a 1 in the chat for that? Don't worry, guys. He's not going to block you. There you go. There's the ones. I think Ghost lost his mind tonight, letting me be in charge.
Lord help him.
No, I love these guys. They like my older brothers. My very much older brothers.
I hear you. I actually like coming hanging out with y'all guys. Y'all make it more interesting than just sitting at home.
Yeah. Hey, I like your channel as well. I subscribed and try to watch all that I can. Uh-oh.
Thank you. I started a new regiment with it this week, going live every day, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5.
Okay.
But I did subscribe to your channel the other day too.
Oh, thank you. I actually got a video coming out tonight that's talking about the ship stuff, but my channel is going to be a little bit more of a take. I don't have an opinion, just it's more of a thought that I'm going to put out. I'm going to make little shorts of just thoughts and then let the chat take it away, kind of thing.
Awesome.
And my wife don't mind being a hostage. She's been a hostage for 20 years.
Billy, I see you in the backstage. Just go on and log out. I'm not bringing you on my panel, and I'd like it if you just never came to this channel anymore. I ain't trying to be rude or mean. We just have completely different views on life, and yeah, I ain't got the patience for you. So you can go ahead and leave the back room. I'm not going to bring you back up here.
Shit, I'll start a live just for you tonight, Billy, but definitely not on this channel. I like that, Ghost. You can be an adult sometimes. All right.
Okay, he left. No hard feelings. I mean, I don't wish nothing bad on him. It's just I've tried 8 or 9 times in different streams to get along. and it just don't work. So why even go there? I don't need to get my blood pressure up.
Prepper 101. You gotta put that up. You see all the ones in chat, Ghost? I asked everybody, how did I put it? I was like, so we can all figure out that Ghost and Tribe are girls because they always go to the bathroom together. Can I get a one in chat?
I wonder where the ones came from.
Yeah.
I see how y'all do me.
I actually think I might show my ugly mug here tonight.
What?
Yeah. Well, I gotta pretend like I'm not in a mansion, so I gotta do my background all different, you know.
Gotcha. I feel you get that green screen working.
Yeah. Like Hutch says, I'm a cul-de-sac gangster. A suburban gangster.
Oh.
Let me see. Don't be looking in my house. Whoops.
Doc Mac. Damn, Tribe dropping kids off at the pool. What else is going on, peeps? Peoples?
Not much and nothing. Trying to get
There we go.
a little bit of news together for tomorrow.
What's up, Prepper Tribe?
What's up, dude?
Chilling. The chat wants to know if y'all got matching tattoos now.
There you go, G. You said, damn, turn your camera back off. I think Virginia's coming up here in a minute. She posted a comment. She had to reboot her computer.
I think my son's got that bullshit, man. He got sick for a few days, and we giving him little medicines and shit, but then he got good for a couple days, and now it's hitting him again real hard.
Damn. How old is he?
16.
I seen a while ago that Appalachia Homestead, her and her husband both have it.
Damn.
Yeah.
As scary as it sounds, Prepper Tribe, it's good that our kids get it now so they can start building the antibodies, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I ain't worried about it getting serious or nothing, but it's just this shit will hit somebody weird as fuck here and then not on somebody else. It's like you just gotta keep your eyes open.
Just try to find somebody with my blood type that's already had it, and maybe they'll sell me some antibodies.
Yeah.
But you acting like you're special, Ghost. I don't even bleed. Yeah, AI and robotic don't bleed yet. They haven't passed that technology on yet.
I need them antibodies.
Robotic mom.
Oh man, not here. Let the missus.
What's up, Georgia Peach?
That's what I ain't comfortable with.
Purple Tribe, how about y'all?
Chilling.
I hear you.
Your ghetto is real. I mean, your volume is real low, Georgia Peach. Is anybody on the top hearing? I can barely hear you.
Yeah, it is.
Sound muffled a little bit.
Yeah, most of my subscribers are halfway deaf from listening to me yell, so you have to turn the volume up.
Ghetto's over here with her in a headlock. Don't say nothing wrong.
All right, how's that?
That sounded good.
Yeah, much better on this side. I'll be right back.
All right.
So what you got as far as the supply chain debacle goes on, Georgia? What do you think? You think we were speaking any truth here tonight?
Oops, she dipped. She must have lost signal or something. Pushed the wrong button.
All right.
What was you got to repeat it though. I walked away, but then I heard a question spark my interest. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's your view on all the stuff we were talking about tonight. What do you think?
Dang, now I got to pretend I actually listen to y'all.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the shipping containers,
yeah.
I mean, dang, I can't give away my own video, but at the same time, it's like, what if? Now, y'all better go check out my little video. Anyways, it's only going to be like a minute long, so please hook a brother up. But have we ever thought about the fact that we all know if China leaves us, we're fucked, right? Like if they cut all ties with us, you know, manufacturing down to pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, that's why T-Man was trying to bring it home.
What if they actually did, and the United States isn't going to tell us? Instead, they're going to put a whole bunch of empty ships out on the shoreline to give us the perception that China's holding back, or there's you know, shipping container, there's issues here, there's issues there, instead of just coming out saying, look, we're cut off from the world and their goods, guys. We're fucked.
I mean, that's in the realm of possibilities, but I don't see it that way because I've seen the video and the pictures of those ships, and they're riding low in the water. They're loaded.
Yeah, I mean, they're loaded with something. It's more just a question, you know what I mean? Because it's like,
honestly, I think it's a blockade, and I think it's I think it's the you know who. They're basically just blockading the country right now. This is a blockade 21st century style. It's not that the Navy ships ain't letting the stuff come in like in the Civil War when they blockaded the South. I mean, that's legitimately. I mean, think about it. That's what's happening right now, but it's happening on a political level, not a military level. They're just not letting them come in.
yeah.
I'm hoping Lucky Dame hops up on here.
Oh, sandwich.
What's up, Corn Pop?
What's up, buddy?
What's
Same
up,
old, same old, man.
Got to stay my ass up all night, so I figured I'd hop up in here and rash y'all for a little bit.
I hear that.
Got to go back to work this week.
Like, if you think about it, look at how coincidental the recall vote for that idiot in California. Number one, the recall vote for him took way longer than the recount for the president took, by the way. I'm just saying. All right. You know, and everybody had to be verified, signatures matching, all that good stuff. I'm just saying, coincidence, whatever. But, you know, nobody wanted that jack off in office. Legitimately, like, nobody. And then, yeah, I don't think he won it. It was a tit for tat. It was like, here's what we're going to do. You're going to stay in office, and then these are the things we need you to do for us as soon as you get, you know, stay in office. Then what, like 24 hours later, there's statewide mandates on everything. Then all of a sudden he quits letting the ships come in and unload, and now your truck that you drive has to be less than 15 years old to cross state lines to get into California. Come on, man.
Aren't the ports under federal control though?
No, it's out of state.
I think Roots was looking for a link, Ghost.
Oh, fuck that. Anybody want to run up in it?
There's a popular misconception. That the federal government can control things that happen inside the state. All you gotta do is have your county sheriff tell the federal government to get back in their G car and get the hell out of the state, or they're going to jail.
Okay,
yeah,
Ghost. Riddle me this though. Sorry to cut you off, brother. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're not.
All right. So, how far out in the ocean is it the state of California or the state of Georgia? You know what I mean? Because I understand what you mean, but wouldn't the federal government control the waters, and the waters wouldn't be part of the states?
There's like a 12-mile exclusion zone or some shit, but I don't know about statewide.
You got your 12-mile exclusion zone, but you've also got trade zones. You've got multiple zones and different distances out there. You know, whether it be fishing, trade routes where the boats can come and go, and then you've got your 12-mile exclusion zone, or international waters, so to speak. But yeah, as far as the federal, they would legit have to. It would be ugly. But honestly, the Chinese got more control of the ports than the federal government does, because they actually own most of the ports. They own the ports, they own the ships, they own the containers and stuff in, and they own the ships inside the containers.
See, I believe that's psyops, though. I understand what the paperwork and the leases and all that says, but to me, I feel like it's psyops. I feel like China is our parents and our grandparents is Russia. I feel like our generation has been raised up to have some kind of feeling towards China, just like our parents had, you know, towards Russia. And We're going to automatically blame them first before anybody else. But if you really start thinking about the actual shadow government, or I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but the actual government that's in charge of all the governments, then you start seeing that they're playing fucking chess with every single one of us.
I mean, the major part of it is, I mean, if those are goods that are offshore that need to be offloaded, medicines, food, things like that, then it should be prioritized. I mean, there should be some kind of organization going on. But my main issue that I keep going back to is somebody loaded them damn boats. Okay. And it's harder to load than it is to unload. So why are we backed up? All right. Because the whole world's in this pandemic. Okay. It wasn't just us. I could understand if it was just America that was backed up. We're in a pandemic and everybody else is running at 100%, but it ain't. So who loaded the boats? Why are they not getting unloaded?
And why aren't the trailers being filled to capacity since we have so much overstock and so many problems? Because
I mean, did aliens come down and take all the truck drivers? I mean, did they all get abducted?
but that's the thing, guys. There are truck drivers, but they're being loaded at 25 to 50% capacity. And my cousin's been going on with me about it. Like, I don't know why they're loading us up at 25%, but that's all we're getting.
They're being turned around at the border of California if their truck doesn't meet the requirements. And then when they do get to the ports, they drive all the way there to get it, with an empty load. And then they can't get their container because they either can't find it or they can't get to it because it's buried under all these other containers that people just haven't come to get.
Yeah. It's just a whole line of everything on every single side that has the chaos just going. Because it's not just one entity.
It's finally caught up with us. I work for Ford. I work for the largest plant they got, the money-making plant. And they were taking parts from everybody else, all the other plants, shipping them to us to keep us running. My ass sat at home last week because we just didn't have no fucking parts.
And here's the thing, and I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but here's the bottom line. I think we as Americans have everything we need inside the continental U.S. to provide and take care of everybody. If we're still exporting food, then we should not be having a food shortage. All right. If we're still exporting coal, we should not have a shortage of a way to heat houses and run the power plants. So if it's coming down to everybody's mad at us, then you know what? Just shut her down, bro. Shut her down. Let's lock the doors, close the shutters. Let's sit at home, light a fire, and figure this shit out. We got smart people. We've got infrastructure. Let's reopen some of these mills. Let's reopen some of these plants, bring manufacturing home, and just fix the problem.
Yeah, a lot of this doesn't add up as far as that constipation at the ports. There are enough people twiddling thumbs.
The only reason China and Japan are in charge and they run the world when it comes to the big tech and the computer chips and all that stuff, the only reason they're in charge is because they're doing it cheaper than anybody else. All right. Most of the stuff they're making was invented here in Silicon Valley and other places, but those trillionaires, they're like, dude, I can design it here, but I can ship it over there. And I'm like, look at Nike, I mean, come on, it's cheaper to ship it over there and have it shipped over here, and it's still cheaper, just bring it home, lower the price, build it here, problem solve, move forward. It's all about the bottom line to the ones that control infrastructure. They control manufacturing and the production and the distribution. Just get back, buy local, do your local stuff. People need to start talking to their neighbors. People need to be friends with each other and just make it happen. You know what I mean? This whole we're in a culture now to where nobody wants to talk to nobody. Everybody's enemy. You don't know your neighbors. You don't know nothing about nothing. You wear a mask so nobody can see your face, which is kind of cool because there's a lot of ugly people at Walmart. But we're being programmed to withdraw from humanity. I mean, we're being programmed to rely on the internet, like YouTube and all the VR stuff. We're being programmed to go there for our release and to go there for our humanity. We're being dehumanized.
It's all just a barter system when it comes to the higher elites and all that. They don't care about money. It ain't about paper. It's about what they can get and what we can give them and what they can trade. It's all a barter system with the bigger boys.
And how they can control us. Yeah, and how they can control us. Because if you see the way I see it is, if you see it on a street level, like us as being the dope heads and China having the dope, right? Why would they want to go to war with us when we're their biggest customer? Right? I mean, It makes no sense. That's why it's like everybody's, oh, we're getting ready. No, we ain't getting ready for nothing. They want what we got. And I still don't. And for me, maybe I'm not educated enough on the subject, but why is it we owe them so much money, right? And we have for years because our money's shit. But yet they still continuously buy stuff from us. We continuously, you understand what I mean? Like if they wanted us to, they could just cut the shit off because we owe them so much money, right? Wouldn't we have to pay the debt whenever they say it or something? Or am I not?
This is what worries me, Ghetto. This is what worries me. Just two men arguing with each other. Like, even with the elites, man, somebody over in China starts hating somebody in the U.S. and they start beefing and they just want to go to war because they just mad at each other. So a whole big shit starts just because of somebody's ego. You know what I mean? Fuck
I know
everything else.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Fucking turf war on a global scale.
Right.
Honestly, here's how I think the world works. All right. You got the guy running this country and the guy running that country, the guy running all these big countries that we're talking about, Russia and all the rest. They all kick it on a StreamYard backstage, just like we are now. They're all buddies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can legit see whoever's running America talking to whoever's running China, Japan, Russia, Taiwan, hanging out on a StreamYard backstage, laughing their ass off at how they got us running around doing this dumb shit, freaking out and getting paid. Right. I mean, because they're all making money on it. They're all gaining a stupid amount of power on us doing what we're doing right now just because they keep stirring the pot.
Yeah.
You know? I can see them backstage on a StreamYard right now laughing.
Most definitely.
I mean, you got whoever's running America talking to whoever's running China saying, look at how stupid my people are. Watch this. I bet I can get them to wear masks in their own damn house. Watch it. Give me 24 hours. And then you got whoever's running China going, you think that's funny? Watch this. I bet I can, because right now I bet I own stock in the grocery stores because we are communists. I get paid on how much food. I'll make them go buy everything in the store tonight. I'll make $50 million in 12 hours. Watch this. You know, and they put out stupid. I can see it. It's a big damn game, man. Nobody wins by going to war anymore. That shit ended a long time ago.
I believe so too.
You don't win by wars. Go back 100 years. And I mean, when's the last time there was a good outcome to a war? Past World War II. World War II was significant. After that, it was all bullshit. It was all politics. World War II was revenge. This is just politics.
Yeah. I don't think war is the goal. I think that leveling the playing field and, in a nutshell, a one world organization, because everyone realizes mutually assured destruction is the only result of a major tactical move.
When I'm talking about war, war,
it's leveling a worldwide communism.
Right. But war makes money. The military industrial machine gets paid by the threat of war. The threat of army and these little small, inconsequential battles that you have to fight. Like, I'm not saying Iraq and Afghanistan were inconsequential, but motherfuckers got paid like billions and billions and billions of dollars in the civilian world just because of these little minor conflicts that they call it. It wasn't like a global conflict. The small wars, people get paid. The global wars unite countries. And they don't want a global war because then the people have a voice. And that's the last thing.
But war will also control people, though. Like, if they start feeling like they're losing control of the people, they'll use war in order to get control back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're losing control of your nation, if you're losing control and you feel like that you're losing, control, just do one of them little red flag things. Maybe a bad pigs, something like that. And let's just get into a conflict. Then the machine gets to spin, and then the patriot comes out at everybody. And they forget that it was a bullshit reason you're here in the first place.
Well, wouldn't that be the reason why they gave us Obama all the way up to right now? Because they were creating that perfect storm.
Actually, I think it went back further than that.
No, I agree. It went way, way back. I think it's more. Sorry to talk over you, but I think it's more in our face once Obama got here and so forth. Like George Bush, Clinton, they was gangsters about being president. They were able to keep the fucking cards close to their chest while they were fucking us. But
Right.
once Obama came out and so forth, they just came out and said, "Yep, we're fucking all y'all. What you gonna do about it?" You know what I mean?
So far,
Yeah.
not shit.
Yeah.
Sorry to be
Well, I mean, it's hard not to do. It's that goes back to that hashtag I put out a few weeks ago. There is no more we the people. It's me, we the people, without first every single me being the people. I mean, you can't have a fist without five. You know what I mean? You can't do it. And until people get on the same page, in my mind, it probably ain't never gonna work. I mean, I know it sounds weird, almost like selfish in a way, but if you step and look at it, you know, why would you want to try to convince somebody to be a part of me, the entire country, when they can't even get along with themselves?
yeah. It's gonna be two sides, man. When my kids are old enough, I gotta put it out there, Ghost. I know you can't hear me, but every time you say "we the people" on any stream, your ass starts breaking up, and then you get booted.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I was wondering if it was on my end, but it was. As soon as he started saying that, it completely cracked.
And it happened the other day, and the other day before that.
Huh.
That is why we know we're controlled, and I believe it's more than just money. Everybody always resorts it back to money. But when does it become a time where money is completely obsolete and they're over there like, man, we print our own money. It doesn't matter about money anymore. We got the control.
They don't give a shit about cash.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, I got something that happened to me. I'd like to run by y'all and see what y'all think. You know, like I was late. I was laid off last week, so we had to file the unemployment shit.
Mm-hmm.
And starting this week, you had to go through this whole new ID me bullshit, where you had to like take pictures of your driver's license, send it in. Then they wanted to do a facial recognition bullshit too.
What?
To claim your unemployment from the state.
Facial recognition.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah. So say I didn't get paid this week.
They just they scan your face and keep a record like a fingerprint.
And your driver's license ID card. And this is the first week they done it.
I wonder if that's every state. Yeah, exactly what Stewart said, man. Just start slinging dope. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You gonna teach me how? Somebody got to educate
I'm sorry,
my
guys.
white ass.
I know this is a whole different type of stream. My apologies. I don't even do that shit.
Send it my way. I could use the cash, you know.
Well, I mean,
I'm all about some under the table work.
That's basically what I mean by saying that. I didn't mean to be disrespectful like that on ghost stuff. When I say that, it just means, man, get that shit under the table, because it's like they don't give no fucks.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you go to the store, like if you've noticed, local people, they love it when you bring in cash. At least around here, because they ain't got to put it in their till. They're putting it in their pocket. Like, yeah, fuck the man too.
Yeah.
I think everybody's getting wise to the fact that our taxes ain't paying for shit. Our taxes just to take a little bit away from us to make us feel better about us being Americans, while the money ain't even, it's not going to the poor, it's not going to the rich, it's not going anywhere, because money is irrelevant. It's all about the psychology behind it. You know what I mean? We want to make ourselves think like, yeah, I'm going to work. Well, that's my goal, Lucky Dame, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Ghost Tech say he's trying to get back in, man. He's rebooting. He don't know what the hell happened.
That's that me the people shit. See what happens when you get selfish?
Right.
Well, I think at this point, the powers that be know that in a way, for them, it's a waste of time nickel and diming us. They can level us all out, UBI, make a beehive race. Look at some of the symbolism all over the place. It's all about the hive mind. It's all about, you know, and I think there'll be two tiers of people, you know, them and the rest of us. And really, dollars really have nothing to do with it. It's just about monitoring and controlling behavior, ultimately making them richer, and us, we really are cattle. We are the cattle on the farm. And they don't name us. That's why we have numbers on our birth certificates. That we don't have names. We're just branded.
If we're
Literally.
gonna
Yeah.
be cattle, I call herd bull. I mean, if reincarnation's a thing, I want to come back as a herd bull.
I want to be a
fuck
bald
reincarnation. That's my only fear of death is reincarnation. Fuck that.
Come back and do this bullshit again.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine what he'd make me. Welcome back, Ghost. Just do not say we the people or me the people, and you'll be all right, I think.
Say it again.
Yeah, I think you just said it, didn't you?
See, it's different.
Should have heard what else he
It's
was
different.
saying.
I'm not. It's only when the transgender people talk like that, man. They're not supposed to be American.
My bad.
You're supposed to fall in line.
My bad. I'm a trans prepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my computer needs to update or something. It just turned off, like on its own. I guess that was a warning.
Hey, Roots, you been rolling your own now?
Yup.
Is it working out?
It is. I got menthol tubes to switch it up, which I like better. And I would say anyone out there who still has the crux of smoking, roll your own. In my state, cartons are $100. I get
not quite that bad here,
$25 bag. You know what's funny though, Tribe? I cannot get any type of tobacco, whether it's cigarette or pipe, shipped to my state. They don't. If you go on the stores, like let's say, Smoke Outlet or whatever, there's about 5 or 6 states. If you look at the fine print, I don't know what it is. There has to be some law that prevents it. So
what
I don't
the hell?
as much as everyone else, but
No.
yeah.
I got a $650 budget a month for cigarettes.
You can cut that down by 90%, brother.
Yeah.
I know, man, but I know
Auslander,
that roll your own stuff. You got a pimp ass roller though.
Yeah, it's easy, man. And the first week it's rough, man. Like you want to go buy a pack of cigarettes because you're like, damn it, these just ain't the same as But after that week. Yeah, after a week or two, man, you get used to them. It's just like any other cigarette, man. Good to go. And you get better at rolling them. You know how much to put in there to make them, strong as you want them and shit.
Yeah.
But the money, man, Lord have mercy. I mean, we're saving thousands. Because me and the wife smoke. So you figure...
That's why I'm at $650. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
And they're 105 here in Oregon a carton.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
you can take that down to like $20. And it's and then I mean, once you do, you're gonna ask yourself, what the fuck was I doing, spending $10 a pack? You can ask Tribe. I texted him when I got the machine. I said, hey, what the fuck was I doing?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll be over there after we're done here, Tennessee. If y'all want to see a good show.
I just turned it on, listening to it.
See, guys, I want a show like that, Ghost, like we were doing the other night, but I want it to be purposeful. Like I want all of us, and here I go spit my ideas out to the public. But I want people to come up and say, look, man, I'm a human. It's like, what have you done as a human that embarrassed you in your life, right? So then one of us come up and say, man, I accidentally shit on myself on my first date with the hottest girl in the world or whatever. And then we all just go rounds and rounds making fun of it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do it on hurting somebody's feelings wise, but it's like I want people to know. I think I want to do like a show each week or something like that, because mine's not going to be prepping like that. It's going to be more fucking get away from the doom and gloom shit. Let's laugh.
I used to smoke Cool Milds. Oh yes, I did. I couldn't do Newport, but Cool Milds, the blue box of Cools. Those are even more than Marlboros.
Tribe, you smoke menthols?
Nah.
Ah, good man. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. See?
When I was in upstate New York, I used to smoke menthols in the wintertime. I smoked Newports in the winter and Marlboros in the summer. Because in the wintertime, that negative 20 degrees up there when you're always sick, man, the only way to get a good breath was to suck on a Newport.
That's
The menthols make me choke and cough, man.
Yeah.
I thought they were banning menthols.
Plus, nobody wanted to bum my cigarettes, man. You know, I was around a bunch of black folks, man. They wouldn't smoke my shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Shit. Hey, if they're hard up, they will though. They'll take a camel and just take the filter off. And be like, all right, cuz. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck
motherfucker. Yeah, I love that. I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, sandwich camels are good.
Where I was Fort Drum, Watertown, upstate New York.
Hut said them Newports are so good though, man. My mama used to smoke them Cool Miles. Them things stronger than Newports.
Yeah.
Man, y'all house must have stank way worse than mine.
That's the state cigarette of Hawaii.
Cause you know they sat there and smoked while we're sitting on their lap and shit. Oh, with them menthols.
My family didn't. They were all Mormon. I was totally a closet smoker, but maybe that's why I liked them banging ones.
Yeah. Sandwich. I was only 30 minutes from the Canadian border. I was always in Canada. Well, until I got kicked out. Yeah, I got kicked out of Canada, y'all. True story.
How did you do that?
We were drunk at a party at my buddy's girlfriend's apartment in Ottawa, and he had all of his TA-50, all of his gear there, and I got wasted, and we were on like the 13th or 14th floor, and so I was messing around with his gear, and I pulled out his sling rope, his D-ring, and his rappel rope, and I tied a sling rope on me, hooked up the D-ring, tied the rappel rope off to the balcony, and I started rappelling down the side of the building, but the rope wasn't long enough to get to the ground floor. It only go like 6 floors, so I ran out of rope. So I swung into the balcony and I knocked on the people's door and they let me in. So I went upstairs and I did it again. And I ended up like teaching people how to rappel. It was like 4 or 5 of us rappelling off the side of this building. We had a cop home. They escorted me to the border, told me I couldn't come back for 6 months. And then, like the next weekend I tried to go back. I'm like, really? How they gonna know if it's me? Dude, they had a picture of me at the little border control crossing stations. And then they jacked me up, had me out of the car, ripped the car all apart, shit. I mean, yeah, 6 months.
Damn.
Back. I was like, wow.
My bad. I can tell y'all something, man, that might blow y'all's mind a little bit, man. I learned something about the border crossing at Canada. I watched this channel, man. He's a van lifer. I can't think of Adventure Van Man or something like that, but he was going into Canada to spend like a week there, you know, just van living and doing some videos and stuff. They made him sit there for like 3 or 4 hours, and they made him prove to them that he was a YouTuber, and he had to show them like paperwork from him getting paid from YouTube, the videos that he did and everything, because they didn't want Americans coming across the border to work, because he had tools and stuff and his whole life in his van, so they thought he was coming across the border to work. Now listen though, doesn't that sound like our Mexican border? How we don't want Mexicans coming across our southern border because we don't want them stealing jobs and shit, right? Well, that's how Canada's treating America.
This was recently?
Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago. He did videos on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, they're acting like we're you know the same way as Mexico with us. They're acting like that with us.
I used to love Canada. We used to go to Kingston, man. Kingston, out of Kingston, Ontario. And there was a bar. I can't remember the name of it. It was down some side street. But the only way you could order a beer was a pitcher at a time. A tray, like the whole server tray. It would hold like 14 or 15 mugs of beer. That's the only way you could get it. You had to get a tray at a time. Even if you're by yourself, you had to get the whole tray. So yeah, we'd go there and get wasted. Like, oh God.
I love Canada. This is why. I like how you said that, man.
And they wonder why they kick you out. You wonder why you got kicked out.
We got wasted. Me and a few of the guys on my squad, and we're leaving Kingston, right? And on the way back to 81 to get back to the States, you drive right by a Canadian military army post. And we were drunk. And I just drove right onto the post. And we were hanging out with some Canadian soldiers on post. I mean, we all got the same haircut. I mean, all you got to do is try to talk Canadian or just try not to talk at all. Dude, we ended up spending that night in the barracks in the Canadian military post, just hanging out with Canadian soldiers. They're like, hey, mate, come on up. Stay here. We kept drinking, passed out in the barracks, got up the next morning, drove home. Canadians are awesome. They're like so nice, man. I mean,
creepily nice.
Oh, yeah. We got into a huge fight in Kingston. and the cops show up, and like almost all of them were on horseback. There was a couple cars, but dude, all they just kept yelling over and over, "Stop!"
Aren't they Mounties or?
Like nobody hopped off the horse and tried to whoop our ass with sticks or nothing. They just kept telling us to stop, and like all the Canadians that we were fighting with just stopped. It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. They like listened to the police. I was like, "Whoa, that's
What
cool."
are their police called? They're Monties or Mounties?
It's like their federal police.
Like their federal police is the Mounties, but they have like their own city cops and stuff like that. Yeah, but the cops told everybody to stop fighting, and all the Canadians stopped swinging. All the Americans were like, "Fuck, it's free swing." You know, it was weird.
Well, I know I definitely ain't going back to Mexico, man. They kept my ass there middle of the fucking summer, and my ass is like, I'm brown as a brother, so I didn't have my ID when I went there. Which is no problem for us to go in there, but when I started coming back, these motherfuckers grabbed me up and forcibly sat me down and started speaking Spanish. I'm over there about in tears, shoot, trying to get my sister because she knows Spanish. I'm like, man, you better tell these motherfuckers I don't belong here. I'm trying to get out of here. Wait a minute, hold on.
Dude,
just remember, don't forget your ID.
I remember when I crossed the border on the Canadian highway, and we're rolling to Kingston. The first time I've ever been there. I'm only 18 years old. I'm rolling to Kingston, going to hang out with my boys. And I see the speed limit sign on the side of the road. Same size as ours, same color as ours, same font as ours, and it said 100. I was like, hell yeah, I was rolling. But it was kilometers. I'm rolling. I'm doing like 110, man. Oh, crap. Yeah, I didn't get pulled, but the guy at the car goes, "You know you're speeding, right?" I'm like, "Dude, it says 100. That's kilometers." I'm like, "Oh, crap."
Like, you backwards motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
I think at the end of the day, though, guys, on everything that was talked about today, I think there's people just like us in China, all the way to Argentina, all the way to Canada, that are having the same exact conversations as we are about our leaders. And they're trying to keep us divided so we all don't come together.
Not in China. I mean? Shot. As
far as we're told. But I mean, think about it. As far as we're told, PSYOPs is pretty thick.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I've never been there personally, so I can't speak about it. But at the same time, they're probably being told the same thing as,
all that stuff we're being told about China and no internet blackout. What if all that's fake? What if ain't none of that true? What if that's just what the media feeds us?
And they have their own
anything
internet.
Out of France? Yeah. Have y'all heard anything out of France lately? I mean, the motherfuckers were standing up saying how they cut a head off before. And they ain't heard shit out of them.
And then now nothing. Yeah.
Hell, you never really did. I mean, you caught a little bit here and there, but I mean, usually, big ass protests break out like that in a major country. It's going to be on some of the major news networks, and they weren't saying shit.
They ain't want to hype us up and have us in the streets, so they shut that shit down quick. And we're like China now. They controlling the narrative.
Yep.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. All those cats are sitting in a StreamYard back room right now, laughing their ass off.
Or they're in their bunker, sitting there talking to each other.
Down in New Zealand.
Like, wait till these asteroids hit these stupid motherfuckers. Shit, they believe their president's still in there. That motherfucker CGI. They're sitting there giving each other fist bumps and shit.
They're in a circular room full of monitors watching all of these StreamYards from the backstage, pointing, highlighting, laughing, and dogging every single moment. Believe that.
Facts.
And they're underground with a tunnel that goes straight to CERN while they keep opening up fucking portals and shit. That is not even funny, though. That's not funny, though, man. I think the Mayans had it right. 2012, we went to shit. And that was just the beginning, and they didn't even want to add the calendar any further than 2012. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers are fucked. We're not telling them nothing else.
Auslander's got a good point, because China is all digital. Like, everything in China is digital, internet, it's all online. So how could they literally have the entire country functioning online and not be connected to the real world? They must have
exactly
firewalls on the planet. Like, they must have like their own internet, just like China net, not connected to something.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a few years back when Google was going over there? They threw a big fit about Google, and Google backed down and let them do shit their way, or
same thing happened with Yeah, and like Australia and shit, they did that as well. But think about it, guys. So on the theory of a one world government already, right? It only makes sense because if you look at all the countries, all of our technology when it comes to communicating like this came out at the same exact time. There was not just one country that was sitting here StreamYard and before us. And if they were, it was only a few months before us. You know what I mean? They released it all at the same time to every single country. So if there's not one entity that's controlling everything, then how in the hell did that happen that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of innovations have happened all at once across the world.
Hmm.
In fact, even the light bulb, things like that. There are about 3 or 4 people invent the same thing at the same time historically, if you go back and look at it. So is it just plants?
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
wagging the dog is what's happening pretty much constantly. Whoever they are wagging the dog, and we're all laughing it up.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Maria and Cream, the AI herds us into the chats. They herd us together. They knew we was going to get together right here in this community because that's where they put us. We may have thought we were actively seeking some prepper type videos and stuff, and then we start, looking at motherfuckers out in the middle of the forest building bamboo forts and houses and stuff. But then all of a sudden, we ended up in this group over here.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? How many of those actual videos do we watch now? I still watch a few, but I was watching a whole bunch of them until I met the community that was actually talking about what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So they heard us within the chats, within all of it, with their fucking beast AI.
Oh
Or
yeah. Oh yeah. You ain't lying. They doing it.
oh,
Hmm.
yeah, because before I started my channel, dude, my feed, I was getting videos from just everywhere, like all the stuff that I was watching. But when I started the channel, all that shit stopped. It's like there's like this base group of people that that's the only feeds I get, even though I'm subbed to all these other channels, like
Yeah,
all these homesteading channels and gardening channels and hydroponics, aquaponics channels, random weird shit that I watch, history and all that. The only thing in my feed is prepper, 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 prepper. It's like we're hoarded into like this one
and news. Yeah,
bus.
yeah.
So
And if you look at all your recommended and all, it's all the videos that one of us has watched.
yeah,
Like, oh, you'll like this too because
Hmm.
viewer, they say viewers, but it's like, dude, the guy you were just talking to today, he watched all these. Go in there and watch those too.
Everything you do funnels you down further, from the words you say in
right.
here to the keywords on the videos you click on, then what you thumbs up and thumbs down, that goes into another part of the sieve, and it all funnels pretty easy. It's not a complicated AI if you think about it.
Now, if I
Yep.
if I go outside the norm and go to one of my older sub channels, like one of the gardening channels or a hydroponic
Mm-hmm.
channel or something, and I watch a couple of videos, it'll be on my feed for 24, maybe 48 hours. It'll give me updates on their stuff, and then it stops.
Hmm.
Yeah. You want to know something real scary, guys? My dad, I just got back in touch with him just a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to me about he's completely anti-tech. I mean, he doesn't even have a cell phone, right? He's just got a regular phone, doesn't even have caller ID on his phone, is how old school he is. He spends most of his time up on Mount Hood or walking the Pacific Crest Trail. I mean, he spends his life outdoors. You don't mess with any of the tech, right? He says, but when I have to, because I mean, there's certain things in life where you have to get on a computer and whether it's email or whatever, he says, no matter what computer I get on, I'll go and I'll put my email in, and then all of a sudden, I'm having all these ads for backpacking, hiking, trails, and so forth. And he's like, because I asked him, I was like, do you know what AI is? And he's, I got no idea what that is, but I do know that they're able to hear me somehow. Shit, I fucking phone.
Hey G2,
Yeah, best life I
hey G2, what's going
sorry.
on?
G2.
Yes, girl. Right?
G2.
Every time I do a stream with Hutch, the next day my homepage has socks on it. and toenail polish. It's like it's all connected. No, honestly, I was talking to Doc Mack one night, and he said, I asked him, what's your least favorite thing to do? And he said, if someone had like a toe infection, that's his least favorite thing to do. Hey, Lynn. And the next,
What's up?
I had toe cream the next morning. It was for real. It was tripping me out.
Yeah, I mean, this is an example of how connected it is. All right, when I enrolled in classes this past semester at school, the very next day, when I would just go to YouTube and I just click the YouTube refresh button, I'm getting videos up on how to draw in first person and third person perspective, and I'm like, what is this shit? I hadn't even been to art class yet because I had to take art appreciation. I'm getting videos on art appreciation, and I haven't even been to the class yet. And then I go to the class 2 days later, my very first class, and they're talking about all this art stuff. But it had already been put in my preferred stuff to look at or whatever in YouTube. Just because that whole machine's connected, because I was logged into the classes are all done, you know, all your stuff's online. Even though you go in person, you still check all your stuff online, and it's all connected. So apparently my name, social security number, whatever, linked to the YouTube, my platform, my profile. YouTube knows I'm taking art appreciation. Now I'm getting all these art videos on my YouTube feed, and I'm still getting them.
Yep.
And I haven't searched anything about art on YouTube. I haven't searched anything about art on anything. Do I look like I appreciate art? I mean, come on, graffiti maybe.
I get stuck in, like, if I look up videos on this or I watch, you know, a certain channel on that, then the next thing you know, I'll get 10 of that kind of thing pop up.
Yeah. Like if I search something in particular, like that retort canning that I was searching last night, Roots, I was talking about. Once I searched it once, you know, now I've probably gotten, I'm still getting them right now. If I switch over to YouTube right now, it'll be that guy reviewing the vacuum sealer, you know, for the retort canning. If you search it once, it hits you up with it, but it's just strange how that. I just don't need a machine thinking for me. That's just uncomfortable as shit. Is it convenient? Yeah, I guess if you're raised on the. I mean, if you've been raised on sucking the tit of the computer your entire life, then yeah, it makes sense. It's convenient. But for me, it's just weird. I don't need that. I want that.
The only tit sucking I did, it was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? That game was awesome on the computer.
I remember that. I never played it.
It was so good.
Like the last video game I think I played, like, was Wii, and it was back when it first came out, and I was playing that Tiger Woods Golf, like the first year it came out. That's like literally, I think that's the last video game I played. I don't do that shit. I don't even know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it. I ain't never had one of them ocular things on and, you know, tore up my living room, you know, smashing shit, swinging my arms. I've never done that. Don't really want to. To me, that would be like some uncomfortable shit.
So, like, a scale of 1 to 10, realistically, how concerned are each of you or people in chat or whatever about all of this inevitable 1984 going on? In a way, there is no way we can avoid it. Now, 10 being worst would be that every aspect of our lives, you literally have to thumbprint to get into your own house. Kind of like that movie that came out last year. You know, and 1 being whatever. Because I ask myself a lot whether or not I overthink things. And then I see the way things are going, and I just go, why aren't other people even thinking in the first place, let alone overthinking? You know.
I'm a 10 and a 1. I'm a 10 because I believe it's going to happen, but I'm also a 1 because I know there's nothing I can fucking do about it.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, we're going to be there, but because I mean, I'm going to keep being me until I can't no more, and then I'll change the subject one way or the other. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
I've been working on this for years. Ever since I had my first kid, I've been working on them and their minds and keeping them from being brainwashed and everything else. Because really, it ain't gonna mean shit to me. I'm gonna be out of here not too long. You know, hopefully I got another 20 years or something, but it's gonna be on these kids and these grandkids. So I've been working on them, man, trying to keep their mind right so they don't fall for the bullshit, so they can, because it might be up to them to stand up another 20, 30 years from now, you know?
Yeah.
As far as me, I mean, it's gonna come, it's gonna come.
But I'm too old to learn new shit. I'm setting my ways. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to, the best I possibly can. You know, if I can help people along the way, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I love this YouTube thing. I enjoy this shit. I mean,
Me too.
this stuff here is better than any of the medications you gave me, any of the, you know, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I've been going live all the time because of the issues I've been having with the anxiety and stuff. It's like every time before I go live, I spend an hour wanting to throw up. Like even today, I had to go to the bathroom for just because my nerves get all crazy. But once the camera's on and somebody's talking to me, I'm good. You know, that's like therapy. You know, and the
Yeah.
same thing with this, with what's going on. Because bottom line, we don't know what's going on because we're not in charge. Nobody in charge is talking to us. We don't have an inside man. So we have absolutely no clue. It could be aliens. They could already have a date to reveal the fact that aliens have been here forever and, you know, we're being cultivated or whatever. But it doesn't matter. It's like when people talk about is the earth flat or is the earth round? Who gives a shit? How is your life going to change knowing that it's flat or that it's round? It could be a square. We could be living inside of a two-piece. We could be living inside of an ant farm on somebody's desk. Your life's not going to change at all. Knowing how is your life going to change? Being on a round Earth or a flat Earth? Like legitimately, what's going to change? Nothing. Not
No
a fucking
doubt.
thing. Like
No
literally
doubt.
nothing.
Well, what's going to change if you sit around worried and stressed for an hour before you go live because you have anxiety? What is that anxiety going to change? Or I ask respectfully, sir. Like
Yeah.
what is it that's triggering that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mine.
Yeah.
I don't like people. Like I hate being around a
Well,
lot.
then why do it? What you know what I'm saying? You're
I
setting
gotta call your bluff on that one, Ghost.
No, I
Because
mean
I
I like.
see you like a lot of people.
No, yeah, I mean I like this, but I'm
Sorry, Roots.
Oh, okay.
disconnected. But like be like in groups, like in person, in groups of a lot of people, I catch a charge quick. I can't do that. I get very, very defensive, man. I'll flip out. Like if people all up around me, all up in my shit, I don't play that. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
No, can't do it. Yeah, but like here, like I'm connected all you guys, everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel, we're connected, but I'm also disconnected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I can relax a little bit. I can say what I want to say, but like if we were face to face and say, I don't know, Billy walked up and wanted to have a conversation, Ghost just called a charge.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's yeah, I can't do that. So this is like a therapy thing, and it's making it easier. Like I can legit see a change in the last 8 months of me, you know, in public doing things because of YouTube. You know what I mean? So, and it's weird because I like to teach. I love going to school and teaching little kids. But see, I don't got a problem with kids. You know, once you hit, you know, 17, 18, 20 and think you know what you're talking about and you want to tell everybody, that's where the problem starts.
Mhm.
But when you're still, sixth, seventh, eighth grade, learning and you're figuring shit out, that's fun. That's cool. I can hang out with those dudes all day long. You know, that's cool. But it's like grown
Yeah.
up and attitudes and all this I'm hurt, where's my trophy shit? I lose my shit quick.
I think 95% of our community have the same exact traits when it comes
Yeah.
to anxiety, when it comes to people, when it comes to all of the psychological battles. I believe 95% of us have the same exact problems. And it's
Yeah.
been ingrained into our brains for so long. And that's why we react, or why Ghost would react an hour before a show, is because his brain automatically taught him to react that way for years and years and years. Not just because of a trauma, but that's our
Well, it's
defense
because
mechanism,
it's
really.
because like if you got a topic that you want to share, a topic, say today about the supply chain and stuff like that. I don't want to get shit wrong. I don't want to put out like the wrong information or
No,
get
yeah, I get it. Most definitely. You
like
think you're going to
the
fall on
nerves
your face.
involved. But as far as like going in
Yeah.
front of a crowd of people like in person and giving like a TED talks or something like that, shit, y'all better log on for that one because it's gonna be the funniest TED talk on the planet. Because I would
That's where our mind plays tricks on us, because we think that, but then when we go to act, if it was to ever actually do it, we'd probably kill it. Just like on here, you would kill it. Once you get 1,000, 2,000, 100,000 people in your chat, man, you're gonna act the same exact way as you do right now, because we're able. It's a defense mechanism. We're able to drown them out once we're actually doing the activity.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Although neither one of us will ever, be in those situations. So
You know what, you guys? None of my family, except my son who lives with me, none of them know I do those canning streams. I don't talk to them about doing any of the stuff that I do, the people I talk to, whatever, because, excuse me, it's kind of like a sacred space that um, I guess tying into what Ghost was saying, these friendships that we're all making are really tight in a way. I'm closer with a lot of you than with my own family, but at the same time, they're passive because I don't have to watch you eat or sit in the same room and know whether or not you showered or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a different absorption of energy when you're in the physical space of someone. It really is. You can, for me, and I think a lot of us are more empathetic than we talk about, but empaths absorb the emotions and feelings and what's going on around them. We know if we walk into a room, if there's a shitty situation going on in any genre of shitty, before anyone says a word, tell me you can't feel it. I know you can. Everyone up here, I know you can. That electricity in the air. So it's funny. It's like we have to keep that passive distance, but mentally do have well, like I said, I'm closer with most of you than my own.
but what you're saying is, if you started to smell our own funk, then you wouldn't be friends with us.
No, that's not true. It's just
I'm just
it would
playing.
take more energy to be in the same. It would take more energy to literally be at the corner bar
But
than
you got a valid point though, Roots. I mean, think about it. You and I have spent every single Saturday together for the last what, 5 months?
more than that. Yeah, at least.
Like 3 to 5 hours every Saturday for the last 5, maybe 6 months. That's more time than some people spend with their blood family.
Yep.
And that's just on one stream. That's just the canning stream. That's not the rest of the streams that we do all during the week, because you're always there. So I legit spend more time with you than I do blood members of my family.
Exactly.
See, so my demons run different, man. Sometimes I gotta go silent for a week or two, a month, sometimes two. I mean, there's people I've walked from. I mean, for no reason though. This is all personal, man. This is just me. Like, there's gonna be many times when I gotta go silent, man, and I gotta deal with my demons my own way with myself. You know what I'm saying? And I've had a lot of people get mad at me because of it, man, because they don't understand. You know what I mean? They're like, look, man, we were just hanging tight, every day for the past week, and then all of a sudden you ain't answering no phone, can't find you nowhere. And it's different people have to deal with things differently. And plus things happen in life too. I mean, there's things that, y'all don't know that I deal with in life, and the family I got, and shit going on with them, and the stress of dealing with that kind of stuff. Like, I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's with everybody, man. We all deal with our shit the way we have to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably do this everyday thing for a while until my batteries get run down, and I'll probably, I'll chill for a few days, maybe even a week. But it's like, with Tribe, because usually and this is a true story, and I hope you don't get mad at me for saying it, but like usually when I wouldn't hear from Tribe for a day or two, I'd hit him up. Hey, bro, you all right? You good? He'd be like, yeah, I'm good. Everything's cool. But this last time, he hit me up about a month ago, and he was like, I'm going dark for a week. I need some time. I'm like, cool, I got you. But if I go ahead and let him know, he won't be hitting me up on my text message. I'm going dark. All right, cool.
Right.
So I do all that. We'll see for about 5-6 days, maybe a week.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something today regarding roughly the last year that I've participated and learned from all of you, and it struck me how interesting it is that a lot of you keep me accountable Like, I know certain person XYZ is going to be like, hey, did you redo or finish that project or whatever it is? Or, there's a goal that I have every week to come up with something for Saturday and then fly by the seat of my pants. Or there's going to be, if I say in there, hey, this week I'm going to, prune my this or pick my that, someone is going to remember and ask. We all keep each other accountable for everything that we do in a sense, but it's still in that passive way. At the end of the day, you just don't have to answer. But isn't that interesting that, for some of us, the family, yeah, we deal with our family thing. It's a completely different section of many of our lives that a lot of us don't cross over into this realm. But people keeping me accountable are kind of on here.
And the truly weird part about it is, and this is crazy, this just came to me, I just realized this. Like, every single person in this community that I'm hanging out with, the whole 9 yards, everybody's disposable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yet we're connected. Like, and you actually spend more time with your disposable or untouchable or unreachable in-person friends than you do your own family and your own friends. That's how disconnected the world is from reality, if you think about it. I mean, here we are. We know there's a problem with it, and we're doing it right now. Not because we want to, but it's legitimately the only way that we can communicate because of the way the system's set up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're legitimately participating in the same thing that we're complaining about, only because we have no control. But it's like, everybody, if the internet died tomorrow, everybody that I'm talking to right now, you're all disposable. I'll probably never ever see you again, except for, one or two that live close enough to reach out to. But
and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Like, I could disappear. My channel could disappear tomorrow, and for like a week or something, people would be like, "Damn, what happened to Tribe?" But you would move on, and you would go to other channels, and you would keep on getting it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of sad, but it just is what it is, man.
Dude, yeah, I'd ask for longer than that, for sure.
I mean, it's just like when people die. I mean, you get broke up and you think about them at times and memories pop up and stuff, but you got to keep on going.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it just goes to show how everybody has been forced into relying on technology.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of the best friendships I've had in years have been developed over the last eight months on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
What I love are these panels, man, because I know 20 years from now, if I'm still around, I'll be able to go back and look at these shows, man, and just sit back and watch. And, because a lot of us, some of us are going to die. Some of us are going to quit YouTube. Some of us are going to move on to other things. And you're going to be able to go back and be like, look at the shit we did back then, man. Look at how we was all hanging out. Right. It's going to be fucking awesome 20 years from now when we can look back at this shit.
It's basically a diary. We're all journaling, literally journaling digitally.
Yep.
In the future, like, I'm big on genealogy, and in the future, I think that our kids and grandkids and what have you are going to take apart our computers, our little USB sticks, or think about how many memory cards you have laying around with pictures you already forgot about. One day, in years, I'll tell my family that I've done this, that I come up on here and do these live. If I told my family right now that I can on live TV and it gets almost 1,000 views a week, they would not believe me. They would not fucking believe me.
Can you believe that stupid ass idea off the cuff has still going 6 months later?
Yeah, but it's my private thing. Even though a lot of people watch, to me, it's my personal life. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
They say that this shit ain't, when people talk about, they're like, oh, in my real life, when in my real life. But in all actuality, this is part of my real life. Y'all are a part of my real life. Like, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, we're all breathing, living beings. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to y'all just because we're over this thing. It's a new day and age. But y'all are still my friends. I've met y'all. I've grown to like y'all a lot. Fell in love with some of y'all. It is what it is. I mean, So I tell you that there's a couple people that I've met on YouTube, man. I mean, I die for them. And that's no bullshit.
I gotta be honest, guys. Some nights I'll smoke a little too much, drop a few too many hits, and I'll be thinking y'all are just CGI and you just made up friends in my mind. And as soon as I turn off the phone, everybody just goes away, and then I'm back being sad. And I'm just playing with y'all.
Until you plug back into the matrix, we were never built.
Yeah.
It feeds into what we were talking about the other night. I mean, for all you know, I mean, for a fact, I know for a fact there's one person, actually, there's 3 people on YouTube that know for a fact that I'm legit, I'm real, I am exactly what you see here, and I do what I say I do. And that's only because they've been here to my house and seen it. Other than that, every other single person on YouTube, for all you know, I could be fake as shit. I could work at Starbucks. I could live in a 1-bedroom apartment above Starbucks, wear skinny jeans, and have a man bun underneath this hat.
I knew he was going to say that.
All fake. I could have I could have 72 hours worth of power bars in the cabinet, and that's it. You know, I could not prep anything. You don't know me. Like, you really don't. I mean, anybody up here can be, and there are people in the community that are like that. I mean, they are legitimately, it's a job.
I don't know, Ghost. I don't know. As many words as you have put out there, man, I think you would have slipped by now if you was fake, man.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, hold on. Didn't he start kind of slipping earlier when it was just you and him on here? It seemed like he was trying to get you to go to the gay bar with him, and he started opening up a whole lot today.
Hey, but I mean, that's the thing, and that's I want everybody. I don't have the whole. You want to be gay? I don't care, but you can't. If you're a woman,
see what you did, ghetto.
He's blushing. Look at him get red. He's getting real blushy like.
I don't get red. I just don't get the media hype, the life that it's taken on to have people basically go mutilate your body to pretend to be something you're not. That's like saying I have a trans Corvette. I put a Corvette shell on a Volkswagen. It's a Corvette now. No, it's still a fucking Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen. You know, I don't understand that. You can't.
I've seen a few cars like that.
I mean, call me wrong if you want to call me wrong. Hate me if you want to hate me, but it's my belief, and you can't dog me for that. You get yours, I get mine. You know, it just doesn't work. It's not for me. I mean, I'm not saying I disapprove of men being with men and women being with women. I don't give a shit. That's none of my business. I do me. You do you.
Yeah, that's usually how all of it is. I mean, how all of us is. Excuse me. When it comes to the, changing of the orientation and all that, I believe that, it started, at least around here, it started out real young. Like my daughter had a few friends and she's like, Dad, are you okay? Okay, man, what do you mean, am I okay? Are they good people? You know what I mean? That's it. I mean, they're 10 years old. They're 12 years old. This is some years back, but it's like, are they good people? Or are they mean to you? Are you mean to them? Okay, then have a friendship. Do whatever. You see people as people. You know what I mean? You don't see what's in their pants.
What's up, North Shore? Sean.
What's going on with you? There's been a change though from what I've seen in the prepping community, man. You used to go to prepping videos and I mean, maybe I just wasn't in deep with it as I am now, but you used to go to prepping videos and you see a video. It's a lot of people working together nowadays. I kind of feel bad for the real huge channels because they don't want to fuck up their channel, so they don't come and hang with us. Yeah. Lower forms of life, you know what I'm saying? But
I ain't feeling too bad for them, though.
Yeah, right. No doubt. No, but they're missing out on something that's bigger than money.
Yeah, but how many of them have an extra account that they do that with? Because I can see one of us getting real big, true. And then starting another account and be like, man, I'm going to fuck with Ghost. I don't care if he's only got 3 subscribers.
Very true.
I got to tell you what, too, though. And I would think Tribe would understand this, and some of you guys have been around for a while. I actually miss the YouTube prepping community from 2+ years ago. Because this thing that it's turned into now is really drama full. It's like a fucking soap opera, man. Uh-huh. It's like it's like you don't want to be in a clique, but you almost have to click up. It's almost like being in prison. You gotta click up to survive.
Yeah.
your
Like for
game.
real, you do. You legit have to click up. It's like you got to find a color crew to make it.
That's
Cause it's
that's why we barely got any brothers in this community. I'm over here at fucking Peckerwood. The fuck? I gotta go find the brothers.
yeah. I mean, it's
Out of
changed,
place.
man. The whole community's changed. I mean, back 3-4 years ago, it was just like all the videos that you saw were like it was like what's the word? It was like a premiere, like the season premiere of your favorite show. It's like this is like there was time put into it. It was all legit. Now it's all about rebutting what somebody else said or trying to do what somebody else did a little bit better. And it's
So at the end of the day, guys, YouTube is Facebook. Facebook is Discord. Discord is Twitter.
Mhm.
All of them are the same exact entity with a different UI. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? I
Yeah,
mean, they're
it
all the same exact thing. So
I've never had Facebook or any of those other things. I choose this one because ultimately I am speaking to Ghost face to face and Tribe face to face, and they
Yeah.
have seen my face and you face. Ultimately, there is more connection to it, where I know that Tribe is not a 75-year-old woman in Detroit.
well,
Right.
I mean,
I can see him.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
it's obviously not in Detroit.
makeup. Yeah, I think more San Francisco. But makeup's a motherfucker.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
No, I can see what you mean because I had a channel back in 2008 or 9 and shit, I probably pumped out about 60, 70 videos and there was a community, but it was like, I don't know, it felt more authentic. It's like nowadays it's just more artificial and it turned in, so it's like so let's say when YouTube started, right? What was it, 2007, 6, whatever, right? And then somebody said a few things, and then finally in 2020, it's like the phone game. If you think about the phone game in social media, as soon as you get to the end point or the further point, the present, it's like there's been so many things that's been changed, and now we're just attacking the last person that said something wrong about the phone game. Do you understand what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then so
But-
we're
but-
stuck in the soap operas.
We did it did help out a lot of people though, what happened with this community, because a lot of people needed
Yeah.
kinship. They needed a friend, man. I mean, 2020 hit and a lot of people it's been a stressful couple years, man, and I think this prepping community has probably helped a lot of people. It's helped me get through it, so I know it's probably helped a lot of other. Just like you, Ghost, you talk about it like it. When you started your channel and started doing everything, it helped you personally in your life with everything that you deal with, and I'm sure there's tons of other people out there. That's the one great thing about the way things are going. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Quarantine pushed us
take 3
together.
hours out of your day, and you make a video and you edit a video and you got 3, 4, 5 hours into it and you put it up and you get people viewing it and you get likes and you get comments and they're supportive. That feels really good. But let me tell you what feels really good. It's when I do videos or something and I meet and there's 3 people right now that I talked to via email that were brand new to prepping, and they just literally sent me an email and they're like, hey, my name's so and so, I'm new to prepping, I live here, this is my situation, bing bing bing. They go through the wife, the kids, the family, location, job, the whole 9 yards. I'm new to prepping. I want to get started. What do I do? And I've actually called one of them on the phone and talked for an hour and a half. Actually, we've talked more than once, but they asked me questions, I answer them. I said, look, I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you how I would do it and how I do it. And they're like, they swinging for the fence, and they send me pictures of the stuff. They keep me up to date on all the new preps they got and all these things they're learning. They share links with me, the whole 9 yards. So it's like somebody that wasn't in the community that joined the community that started prepping, and they're legit like farther along than some of us in the chat right now. It's like they took it to heart. They reached out for help. I'm like, hey, my stuff isn't religion, but I'll just tell you what I do and it works for me. If you choose to do it and incorporating that in your life, rock and roll, you got my complete blessing. And that's a really good feeling when people check in with you and say, here's where I'm at now. This is my progress. And the cool part is they're happy as shit. They're proud as shit. I'm proud. It's like, all right, boom. I don't care if anybody else ever watches the video. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
teaching people feels really good. I've had a lot of people say, "Hey, I tried your whatever that you had done that 1 week canning," or "Hey, thanks, I didn't know that about something that we talk about at some point." It's like, dude, one person came out of that, did it worked, or tried something new, or gave me a tip about how they work it out. And I have to say, I think I've learned more in the last 2 years. When they started shutting us in, I swear to God, knowledge became my life's purpose.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought me and Virginia Roots would have hooked up? Right? I met her, I'm pretty sure it was on Dangerous.
No,
And, I mean,
JW.
Yeah, JW. But we really started kicking it on Dangerous. And she was like the only chick on the internet at the time that could cuss people out as good as I could. And I'm like, and then the next thing I started the canning stream. And this is God's honest truth. I ain't gonna tell you who said it, but I started the canning stream, and I was like, yeah, Roots is gonna come up there. And that person's like, are you crazy? I'm like, what? They're like, you're gonna get your channel shut down if you have Roots up there. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, you said it's gonna be family friendly, no crazy cussing, this, that, and the other. And like, you've been on Dangerous with her, and she can't not cuss. I'm like, if I can do it, she can do it. I mean, come on. And I think to this date, I've cussed way more on my show than you ever have.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And you show up never before with a 100-year-old canner and blow everybody away.
I've watched a lot and lurked. I've watched a lot and lurked a lot, and I've never seen Virginia Roots be rude in any way. Everything I've ever heard her come out of her mouth was intelligent, knowledgeable, respectful. I mean, I know she's stood up to some things and stuff like that. I've seen that, but it was all, I mean, it was professional as shit. I don't know any other word like it.
Oh no, she can completely bust your balls politely.
That's because she used to have them.
Politely rip your shit apart, like politely.
Fuck you up.
With references, like peer cited references, like peer reviewed references from like actual like documents, like rip you apart. Like holy shit, man. Yeah.
Had to go look up the definitions of shit in dictionaries so you know what she said about you and shit. Like, damn it, what did she mean by that?
I'll be doing that all the time, man. I'll be like, look, can you explain that to where I can understand it?
Right.
Cussing you out all Albert Einstein style and shit.
Having people thanking her and shit. She cussing them out and they don't even know it.
Yeah. Like, well, that sounded pretty good. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to tell my wife you said that.
Yeah, but it's like the canning streams. Like I could legit just do a stream and like not can nothing. You just hang out with everybody and watch everybody else stream. And that's all good. But, I like to can, so I'm not going to stop doing that. But, I never thought, like, I think, Tribe, I think even you and I talked about this stream. I think I reached out to you when I said I was going to do it. And you're like, man, that's a long time. That's like, I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. I mean, started hitting the record button or hitting go live is not going to change the amount of time I'm going to be standing in the kitchen canning this shit. So
I never tried to talk you out of it, though. I never tried to talk you out of it. I'm like, hell yeah, do that shit.
Do it. And now look at you. Pulled that canner off that shelf after 13 years.
It was kind of selfish reason. It was kind of selfish reasons that I was like, yeah, do it. You know what I'm saying?
The truth comes out. Now we see.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, if you really dig deep down, it's a great and wonderful thing, obviously. But there's also a sad part about it. There's, constantly 100 people, just like in Dangerous or somebody else that has a stream that's 6 to 7 hours long. There's people that they're not in touch with anybody else because they're stuck at home, depending on the situation. So they need the community. They need to hear people talking. Like I find myself, going to sleep and I'm just listening to folks talk in the background just so I can hear people talk. You know what I mean? Like, I got my wife and my kids and stuff, but we don't fuck with nobody around here. More so because, we don't know anybody around here, but you guys understand what I mean. There's a loneliness factor. And like I said, this stuff is needed. The fact that you went for 3.5 hours is needed for a lot of these people. And they actually sleep better at night because they was able to hear your guys' voices, whoever's voice, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, like one of the first streams we did was like 7.5 hours. Like we've done, I think the shortest one we've ever done is like a little bit over 3, like 3.5. because it's gonna legit go about 3 hours. But like, there's been some long ones, but there haven't been any bad ones. You know what I mean? It's like all the streams are good. You know, I don't think I've got a thumbs down on any of them yet. I haven't really checked, to be honest with you.
Oh shit! Let me help you out with that.
There's probably like, I was trying to keep count, and I wish I'd have kept count from day one. Maybe me and Roots can go back through and try to figure it out. I was trying to keep count on how many people can for the first time live, you know, on the show. And it's like it's in the dozens now. It's like 2 or 3 dozen people the first time they ever canned was on that show. And that's like, I'm like, that is a sweet, that's a pretty cool feeling. I mean, not only is it a necessary skill and a life skill, but they chose to do it with you for the first time live for everybody to watch them maybe fuck up. That's like some powerful shit.
Man, this is some different shit here. What we got going on with what we do, you come to my chats, you come to Ghost chats, different people. And I hate to say it, I know Hutch is gonna be like, Tribe, why the hell you say that? But shit, man, we are tight knit peoples, man. We stick close. We get to know each other. Like, it ain't just people in the chat and we're trying to get money off of them and push T-shirts and shit. Like, we all hang out. It's like a whole bunch of people getting together. Every time we go live, we get together, hang out with everybody. We get to know everybody. We remember everybody's name and different things about them when they mention something about their life in the chat. Like, this is some different shit, man. You go to other live streams on YouTube, man. It ain't like this, man. We hold it down. We doing something special in this motherfucker. I don't care. There may be some bad shit that happens in this community. There may be some arguments, some drama, whatever. You're going to have that. But we got some special shit going on around this motherfucker.
Can I get a motherfucking one?
Press 1.
And put Rip Curl's comment back up there, because as much as I would appreciate that, without this situation right here, I'd never have a redneck motherfucker ask a dude from the hood to come out and shoot some shit. So thank you, YouTube. All I'm gonna say.
Always one. It's like,
but at the end of the day, we're all one.
Yeah. But it's like with the cannon streaming. I've told Roots and everybody else, I'm like, I don't care if the only 3 people that show up are the 3 cannibals that are up there canning with me. I'm still going to be canning. It's not, if nobody shows up, I'm still going to be in the kitchen canning. I didn't
the fam thing, Hutch. The fam thing.
Yeah. It's like I didn't go, all right, I got a YouTube channel. Now I got to come up with an idea to do a show. Maybe I'll do a show on pressure canning. No, I was pressure canning anyway. All I did was turn the camera on. I didn't change anything. I just decided to do it every Saturday instead of, you know, Saturday one week, Sunday the other. I just turned on the camera. I didn't make anything up. I just clicked record, you know. So that was one of the reasons why it was so easy, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing it anyway, so I might as well just, you know, do the StreamYard thing. Plus, with everybody else only canning for the first time, that's nuts, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's probably a good feeling right there.
Are you kidding me, dude? I had Prepper Tribe, Nisi Tribe, and Native lost their cherry at the same time on my show.
I'll probably lose mine on yours too.
Wasn't it you? Yeah, you, Nisi, and Native all at the same time.
Yeah, I remember watching that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because like you were saying, Ghost, even the people in chat, they're going to be listening to somebody. You know, so they're still going to be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Not on the cannibals thing, but just
this for the first time. They just didn't want to get on camera, but they kept us up to date in the chat. Hey, it's my first time. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. You know?
Yeah.
We're getting on camera. I'm like, fine with that. Just keep us posted. Let us know where you at. What are you doing?
Shit, I ain't trying to brag or nothing, but I don't know if Ghetto knows or not. But the first time Ghost ever got on in front of a camera, he jumped on my live stream in the morning. We stayed live for 4 hours. But then, that was a Friday. So I always did a Friday live at 10 o'clock. I've been doing that since I started. So that Friday, we got on the 10 o'clock joint. He joined me again, and we stayed on that motherfucker for 6 hours. The first time Ghost ever got on YouTube in front of a camera, it was for 10 fucking hours during that day. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't sleep. I didn't go to sleep. Like, I was up. Yeah, it was a long day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You created
post some videos. I'm like, what? Post some videos. And he was hooking me up. He was I had a channel, but I did not have any content. I didn't have a logo. I had nothing. It was just a name. And the next day after I was on Tribes Live, that first time early in the morning, like before I got off the stream, I clicked it and I had 46 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like before, I never even posted a video or nothing.
Yeah.
I know, shit. Virginia got like 80 subscribers. She ain't never had nothing.
I was not aware of that. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
it's like
I
70.
have nothing there.
It was like 76 when I went to subscribe to your channel.
Oh, thanks everybody.
Ragnarok, I had a dream about that actually the other night about doing the all day candy stream. I'm gonna do like a canathon because when I do chicken, it takes legitimately like 12 to 18 hours when I do chicken because I do chicken and I also do chicken bone broth and I also do chicken broth at the same time. So I usually start about 8 in the morning and I go to usually like midnight, 2 or 3. So what I thought about doing is just a canathon. Just turn the camera on if you want to come hang and watch in between sessions, do it. Or maybe I'll do like I'll do 3 hours on, 3 hours off, and do like batch. You know what I mean?
Pulse it.
Bone broth, it's got to simmer for like 6 hours. You know, and you
Off
can't
the
do
wall,
bone broth until you do the chicken. You know what I mean? You got to do the meat first to get the bones and the skin to do the broth. Yeah, so it's like a long process.
Well,
like
that's what she said. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Off the wall. When is your canner going to be in? Like that'd be fun. Like as soon as Dragonfly is ready.
Mine will be in as soon as I find a sugar mama.
Ghetto, quit begging. It's not.
You know what? No, hold on. With this community, and I won't put them out there because maybe they want to, but they don't want to. But I've already had 2 ladies offer me one. I mean, that's how beautiful the community is, honestly.
Well, if you'll actually do it, I say accept one of those offers.
No, I'm not like that, but at the same time, pride before whatever. Maybe. I ain't ready to do that.
Probably the Google mods, Paula. The Google mods be attacking people sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I see you, Paula.
I hear you, Bullfrog. I've had that blanket since I was 12 years old. It's the only thing I've had since I was a kid. And honestly, I like the Cowboys because they was gray and blue. Not even a Cowboys fan.
But they got black and blue. They got black and blue the fuck out of them today.
I wouldn't know.
Man, they got whooped today. They got whooped.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And it
I
sucks.
was a 90s kid, man. Who else was I gonna roll with? The 40 Winers? That ain't how I'd have got my ass smoked on the block wearing that shit.
Ghost, did you get your TRT? What is that? I don't know what that means.
Man, I'm gonna have to depart, y'all. 3.5 hours.
Damn, bro. 3.5 hours. Good gracious.
Been rolling, man. Been rolling. But I had a good time, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, anytime, brother. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Appreciate everybody in the chat, too. Y'all know that. Much love to everybody. Ghetto, Roots. I got love for y'all. But I'll holler at y'all next time, man. I'm going to go over here and get something to eat. Hit this kitchen up.
Rock on.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man.
Yeah,
all right, y'all take it light. I'll check
out.
Yeah, definitely. Hit me up, Roots. And I'll check out your video, Ghetto, for shout.
All right. Yeah, it'll be in.
All right, y'all.
Have a good one, brother.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
Ghost will let you know what club he's gonna meet you at later on tonight.
Oh,
He'll text it to
they're
you.
already in the basement of that club.
So jealous. You try to hide it, but you ain't hiding it very good. You're so jealous.
What's that
Assless,
secret?
just remember assless chaps. You can't get in without them.
I hear you, Stuart.
That's funny, Stuart. Stuart came up with us. It was either our first or second week. Do you remember that? Stuart came up on the canning.
Yeah,
just
but I don't
for a minute.
Yeah, but I don't remember which one it was.
I don't either.
It was back at the beginning.
Remember. It was awesome though. You got to do it again, Stuart. I know what skills you got. You're just skirt.
Skirt.
Yep. Beef was it it must have been the ground beef. That was one of the first weeks.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've done ground beef like 2 or 3 times so far. I'm actually gonna do some more. You can't have enough ground beef. All right, I'm just saying. Not with
Yeah,
the way that price is going up. You can't have enough ground beef.
I agree. If it goes on sale, if you can find it about $3 a pound, that's what I did last time. That's why I had so much ground beef for a couple of weeks. I think it was like $2.97 a pound. I bought a lot, and
It ain't been below $3 a pound out here in months.
So what's up with the breakfast, guys?
What?
When it comes to canning, what's up with the breakfast? I mean,
I
there's
canned
always like,
sausages,
We can sausage, we can patty sausage, link
bacon,
sausage, bacon.
cream
but not
cheese.
meals together. You know how you can do like a
Like
meal for dinner?
like an
'Cause-
omelet.
yeah, it's sort of thing. I mean, I imagine that probably wouldn't work, but
You can't really can eggs. I think eggs completely fall apart. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I've never even researched it. But yeah.
what about like a biscuits and gravy, like a biscuits and sausage gravy? Nothing like that you could do?
Yeah, you
No.
can't do anything with flour, any kind of thickener. You can't do that. You can do the
You know what
biscuit.
you could do is corned
Gravy
beef hash.
later. Yeah, you can do corned beef hash, but you can do the sausage, and you can make the biscuits and the gravy later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eat
Yep.
it.
Okay. We're big breakfast eaters over here. So I'm trying to get my wife into it, but
Susanna.
Oh, yeah. I saw you at the very beginning, Susanna. I saw you at the very beginning. I said hello to you. I haven't used any from China that I know of.
I have Auslander. I bought some off of Amazon, and there is a difference. They're much thinner. So far, the ones I've used have sealed, but there's a stark quality difference. So I give it a 50-50.
Hutch just sad because he wants to come up here, but we haven't invited him.
Who?
I've dropped the link like 9 times since he's been in here.
Who are you talking about?
Hutch.
Oh, Hutch? Hell
I'm
yeah.
just playing around. I looked up and I seen the sad page. I didn't see the can gravy. I think he was making fun of me because I'm over here like.
I know you can gravy, but I've also been told you can't because of the flour and the thickening agent. But I think when
really?
you make the gravy, the thickening agent has done all the thickening it's going to do, right?
Mhm.
Wouldn't you think so? If you
Yeah,
make
because
and then can it. I mean,
All right.
yeah,
I canned gravy in the store, so why can't you can it at home? That's something I'm gonna look into.
All right, here's the thing. You could, for one thing, you could can, let's say, the sausage and some of the cream and the flavorings. Here's the thing about thickeners. They don't come to their full thickening power until they have come to a complete boil. So if you make roux and you're making a something with roux, whether it's bechamel or whatever kind of sauce, gravy is basically made with roux. Its full thickening power will not be achieved until it has come to a full bubble. So once it comes to that point, the only way it's going to keep getting thicker is if it keeps cooking, but it kind of condenses because of the liquid. So my thought is once you've essentially got it to that full activation, that it should be okay, but I still would make a watery one, or I would still just do broth. That's what I do. I do all my meats, even like pork,
Make
chicken,
it like a
broth.
really, really watered down gravy, and not fill the jar all the way up. Like do a pint and fill it like 2/3 of the way.
Right.
See what happens.
I think it'll get hard. I think the gravy will just condense and get really hard. I would stick with broth, and then when you open the thing, make roux, and then open your jar and pour the contents of the jar into your roux. You now have gravy. Does that make sense?
No, it does. But I mean, like G-Mon said, if it comes in a can at the store, someone did it at home first. I got like a half a shelf of jarred up gravy.
Yeah,
You
there's
know
got
what
to
I
be a
mean?
way to do it. There's got to be a way to do it. You just got to figure it
Yeah.
out.
Good night, Doomer Dude.
Probably like a measurement. There's probably like a measurement of exactly how much flour you use, how much liquid you use, and then the canning process brings it to its, zenith.
Yeah.
So,
It's equal parts grease and flour, whether you're doing sausage grease to make gravy or you're doing a roux, which is butter. It's equal parts butter and grease. Once you get that to the desired thickness and to a full boil, it's not going to get much thicker unless you cook the shit out of it. So perhaps a light roux, but
So besides the flour, wouldn't the milk go bad inside the?
Nah, you can milk.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, it's not that the flour goes bad. It just it cooks.
Deteriorates, doesn't it, over time or no?
It'll almost get super thick
Okay.
because you keep cooking it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It activates that process more.
Yeah. Because that'd be a cool way to figure out um, how to make some already made sausage gravy and can the shit out of it. Because I got some good little recipes.
Hmm.
We're huge breakfast eaters. Like we can eat breakfast twice a day around this house. We love breakfast.
My
I mean, we
family
don't.
does breakfast for dinner all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. But like I said, that's where all our recipes come from is figuring out how to make breakfast into something different.
You know what I would do is I would can the sausage. I'd brown it off a little bit first, then I would can the sausage. I would add chicken broth or even just water to that because in the canning process, it's going to make its own broth. And then, like I was saying about any other meat, make your roux in the pan and pour what's in the jar, and that'll be your really concentrated stock, like your bouillon cube. Add your milk or cream, whatever you
Yeah,
like in your gravy.
yeah. So can you can grease then?
Yeah, I
Or
mean
is
you can.
I mean, is that a stupid
Butter,
question?
ghee.
The fat in the grease is going to go rancid faster than regular protein food wise.
Right.
You can
Okay.
can it last for a while. I don't know how long, but I mean then again, I grew up with my grandmother having a can of bacon grease on the stove that just sat there forever and it didn't.
Yeah, that's see, that's
Uh,
what I was thinking about. My grandmama did too, but it's like, man, I'm not doing that for myself because I just wouldn't trust it later on.
Gmail Merkel, my suspicion with the already canned gravies, I'm making a guess here, and somebody could check, even with like cream of chicken soup, stuff like that comes out looking like a thing of cranberry sauce. I believe that what they use to keep those together is gelatin based or coagulant based like that, as opposed to like a flour roux or something. I, I've to me, it's a gelatin product that gets melts down when it's hot. That canned gravy, but
yeah,
that's just my knee jerk thought. I do not know if that's what it is.
that actually makes sense.
Right? Comes out all wobbly like
Yeah,
Jello.
yeah, that actually makes sense. Somebody just needs to call the factory and get in touch with somebody that works there and offer them $20 to get the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
How to can it. Yeah. What's
Hey
up,
man,
Independent Mini?
Yeah, that's why I stock up on this G2. We're big lard eaters too. We like a lot of Mexican foods
mm-hmm.
and such.
You can
I
make
mean,
tortillas.
that's just a little one. But oh my God, my wife just perfected her tortillas just like not even a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working on Indian fry bread right now. Um, Tried to get my mom's recipe, before, wasn't able to get it. So we're trying to figure out a good Indian fry bread recipe. Anybody got one out there? Let a brother know.
I've looked at a few videos of those. I'm not sure. Haven't tried any yet. But yeah, I fry
Are
bread.
you've never have you had fry bread? I mean, I'm sure you have, right?
I
Like
not the
Indian fry bread?
not the Navajo fry bread.
Oh,
Some of my favorite things are like naans and stuff like that. They're very similar, and I've made naans before. You can't go wrong with those.
Okay, I'll have to check those out too. But
It's
man,
all,
some
it's
Indian
all
fry
kind of
bread, yeah,
the same thing. Yeah.
yeah. We always had plenty of flour and lard, so we were, I mean, it was more or less a filler growing up. Eat as much bread as you can type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
my grandma and them, they would have, man, it'd be always some Indian fry bread. Oh, ha, ha. Hello, Independent Mini.
Independent Mini.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paula.
Bread dough and fry it.
Why not? Heck yes. The only difference between a tortilla or a pita and other bread dough is the leavener. So either yeast or baking soda or baking powder. Um, okay, Stuart, not exactly the same. That's the closest I can think of is the naans I've made. Yeah, go to a powwow.
I was just agreeing with her, Stuart. Like I acted like I knew what she was talking
That's because you're skirt.
about.
Yeah.
No,
As far
I
as
was
the
being
recipe
polite. Yeah.
and
Like,
the
all
cooking
right.
I've seen, those were similar. Yeah. But the
Oh, boys and
naan are
girls,
made in
we're
tandoori.
coming up on the 4 hour mark, and I haven't eaten yet. I'm getting hungry. I think I'm
Right.
gonna get off here and put me some food in my belly, and I have to go take Buddy for a walk. He needs to pee. But yeah, I hate shutting it down with 70 people still in here, but I'm getting kind of tired and I'm really hungry. And I wasn't supposed to drive tonight anyway. This is an accident, a 4 hour accident. This is my
Yeah.
day off. Look what you're
Yeah.
doing to me, people.
Usually
Thank you.
accidents only take 4 minutes, but
Do what?
Yeah.
I said most accidents only take 4 minutes.
I know, right? Yeah,
As we all look down to our kid.
exactly. Yeah, so I
Good
think I'm
night,
gonna
everybody.
shut this one down and go give me something to eat and go maybe hang out and see if see what Billy Truth Be Told's still alive and well on the internet or not.
I really
Anyway,
am.
thanks. Appreciate you hanging out, Ghetto, Tribe, Virginia Roots, and everybody else. Thanks. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you to all the moderators and the members. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing all you members tomorrow at 6:45 for the members only stream. It should be a good one. And then right after that at 7:30, we've got the Daily Nugget. So looking forward to seeing all you guys there tomorrow. With that, y'all have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night, y'all. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Be good.